Liquid versus BetBoom team. Game 1 at the best of 3s as we start this group stage 2. All very excited to see. I'm ready, Pixel. Here with Gunnar. Gunnar, what do you make of this? What are we getting to see here today, and what direction are we shifting in already in these early days of this new patch?
It's already looking a bit about the early game fighting and the Tormentor. Honestly, both teams, so they have minus armor. They have a lot of spells to be cast in this early game. I think the game is going to start speeding up a lot compared to the last patch. I would be surprised if it was even like the average time went down 10 minutes
sure.
or so. Like 25. I think it's 25 to 30 minutes might be more of a standard game now, which I think is fun. I really like the fast early games because there's a lot of micro you have to do in terms of where you move, what you're doing, what heroes you bring.
See him. Okay. Just got to respect the fact that Miro is doing quite a bit of damage to him. I mean, Save can get back in as well, maybe. Boxy's going to come over to help out. Who's going to get the first blood first? It's all the body blocks from Boxy. And Mickey's going to get the space to run. So Boxy gets the first blood. Mickey turns, stands his ground, gets a punch in, survives. Double kill for Boxy as he came over to join the boys just in time there. Cute little body blocks and getting the last touch on both the kills, Gunner. What a start for him.
Yeah, it looked bad. So the new Night Striker facets, you actually had to point in passive for free. And it still wasn't enough. I actually thought that would be the big difference. But Boxy shows up last second and double kill. Double kills have mattered so much in lanes. I think a lot of the time we see a first blood happen and their lane wins for free. This lane top, I don't know about if it'll actually matter. Tide versus T is pretty hard.
Yeah.
When they're on enemy teams, they don't really give you everything.
Sure, yeah.
We're on the same team, but...
Because what Stabilite just wants to make these kind of pulls, right? Doesn't want to actually play the lane.
Yeah. The nice thing they did was he basically gave up the entire first wave for Boxy to catch. So Boxy's level 2 instantly, and they got the full wave. So it's going to end up being pretty even for the next minute or two. And the mid lane, we got the Earthshaker versus Ember. Which...
It should be, I mean, I feel like there's still one right where the Shaker should come out on top.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to get the more denies. Sure, the Ember's going to harass you a little bit, but...
Nisha's got to get revenge. He counterpicked Ember yesterday, got solo killed, and now he's the Ember who's counterpicked, so he's got some stuff to prove. The worst as a mid that can happen is you pick a counterpick matchup and then you lose it, and then you play the other side of the matchup, and then you lose that one too. So obviously it's Shaker, which I think is a better hero than Starter in terms of like stability, but I think, you know, he'll do better.
So far on the side lanes, Mickey having complete free farm down here. Crazy start.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in why Tiny's getting more popular as a carry since the patch. I think...
Yeah, we saw that yesterday. It was getting banned quite a bit as well, right, in the first phases.
I want to say it might be because... So there's a couple things. First off, you obviously get to cast your spells kind of independently, and they still do the full damage. So it's better for right-clicking Tinies. And also, I think the change to the slow resistance helps him. Because basically the new patch, they made it so slow resistance also increases your slowest speed you can possibly be. So if you... Normally you go slow down to 100 movement speed, right? If they have maximum slows.
Sure.
But if you have 50% slow resistance, for example, the slowest you can get is 150. So maybe a bit of helping with that because it buffs the fastest that carry Tinies go. Also, he's an early game fighter. He gets his nukes really early, gets really tanky, can fight easily. So there's a couple of good things about him in the current meta.
And talk to me about the rise of Mirana, because this is also a hero, right? On this new patch, we're seeing a lot of teams try and get in on their drafts already.
I think it's mostly that she scales a lot better now, and her Q is stronger in the lane. It used to do, I think, 50% more damage, or 50% damage on the Starstorm, so now the second one does 100% damage. So just trading in the early game is a lot better. She nukes really hard. And even her Shard lets her scale as a right-click her late game. So her talents are a lot better. The biggest thing is she's not... she doesn't have the team scaling with the Solar Flare, which I kind of miss. I thought that was a really cool spell.
Safe. Gonna come in with the gang con towards Nisha. See if the two of them can take him down. Fisher into another enchant totem. GPK's got the kill. Save coming in clutch with the +1 assist. Indeed, GPK, he'll recognize that. Sends out his bro a tip.
It was close to Nisha getting the water in. I don't know if it would have mattered if he picked it up with that swipe, but wasn't able to get it off. I think also for going back to Mirana, the blind is really good. Basically, when you Q now, the guy who gets hit by the second star strike.
Oh!
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Blind doesn't work if you're silenced.
Insane, just gets completely destroyed there. He was just chilling in the trees, maybe reading his abilities, and then just dead. On the other side of the map, struggles continue for Saberlight. I mean, you said it yourself, right? This is not a fun place for the Tide to end up laning into. He's only got the 9 CS so far. Not an easy start for him.
Yeah, Tide versus Jakiro. Honestly, Tide in general versus stuff that could get dispelled. In theory, it's really good, right? But Jakiro's gonna press all his like damage over time, and then your Kraken Shell, or your innate ability rather, will proc, and it'll purge all the debuffs. But in reality, when you think about it, you have to take 450 damage for it to proc, and so by that point, you're already half health. So it ends up mattering. That innate's better for the mid game, effectively.
Yeah, because looking at the Tide Hunter changes, well, there's just a bit of a buff to Krill Eater in that it doesn't reduce your base strength. Which he doesn't even have this game, right? He went for the other one.
He went for the Kraken Shell.
One, yeah. And the base Kraken Shell now has that extra bit of block value against creeps, right? Or it has this whole kind of thing where you activate it, and you're able to then double the block amount at the cost of 40% movement speed.
A bit worse versus creeps now.
Yeah.
In general, it's half values, but if you activate it, it's double values for everything. So it goes back to normal values for creeps and double for heroes.
So it's just better in the midst of a team fight.
It's yeah. And honestly, creeps don't do that much damage.
Yeah.
So even if you get a second point in it, it's going to make you take 0 damage from creeps anyway.
So how significant is this as a buff, would you say, as a change?
Oof.
My goodness. Nearly dying to the creeps there.
Yeah. I'm not really sure. It seems like a lot, realistically. Even without taking into account the facet, when you activate it, it's 150 damage block. So it should be really hard to kill Tide in this mid game. It's just I don't know how much that matters.
Sure, and is it long? Because it's what, just 4 seconds, right?
It's only 4 seconds. It also slows you. And then I want to say most of the time, Tide's. Oh, let's see.
There you go. He's activated it.
He's so slow. Oh, he's okay.
Especially kind of at the early pushes, right? Or the first half of the game. It's going to be 4 seconds of kind of invulnerability against any sort of right clicks.
I think the biggest question is a lot of the time Tides are dying.
Yeah.
They're going to die no matter the damage block, whether it's to nukes or infinite damage.
Boxy's not going to be able to stick around and try and get that Wisdom, has to run, and the Blood Grenade will do it. Ticks out.
It is interesting, though. I never really thought of this facet reading the change. Or just the active.
Still a slow start for Saberlight. It's going to take time. Mid lane matchup continues to favor that of BetBoom's. As you can see, it's just Mickey really that's having the free time out of the cores of Liquid. Getting very easy safe lane. Should be on track to a quick Echo Saber.
Yeah, Tiny's a very solid safe lane. Usually you don't necessarily always stomp the lane. I would say he's stomping the lane, but you pick it and it's a tanky hero. And usually the tanky heroes always have some 50-50 lane that they're happy with the outcome. Ooh, that was close.
They could try and kill safe here, maybe. They've got the backup of Katomi. Ice pass out. Boxy's able to get away. Nisha stepping up. Caught by the Enchant Totem. He's got plenty of 1 charges. Back up to full HP. Still considering if he can get back in on this.
It's Echo on the wave. He's okay.
He's got the Flame Guard up. I mean, Katomi is around, so GPK sees a chance for a play. He's a little low on mana. He has got the 9-1 charges. He'll start claritying up in preparation for an upcoming move.
The Jakiro facet's so good, where you get basically 2 ice paths. You get to use it once, and then you can activate the spell again, and it basically pops the ice path and stuns and does damage to everything again. So just giving... It basically means the stun is longer against these embers, or you can time it right to cancel TPs, stuff like that. I think it's a really interesting facet.
See this here, top lane. Liquid, they brought 4 heroes in trying to look for Pure, but Pure, well aware, already out of there, catches them on the vision, and will make sure the Liquid, they might find the tower, but they're not going to find any kills, bringing the 4 heroes top.
Ooh, so something interesting. I think Tormentor is going to be top at 15 because of the Night Stalker.
Is that how it works, right?
I believe so.
That's going to
it's tied to the day-night
Yep.
cycle. So this tower taking by Liquid actually benefits them a lot due to the fact that they now are going to have Tormentor control, so to say. Which is what? First Tormentor's an 80% win rate so far in the tournament? That's pretty good.
Yeah, yesterday, indeed, it did do very well for the teams that prioritized it. And I mean, we're absolutely going to see that here. Yeah, 15 minutes in, both teams 5-man at the Tormentor. It's going to happen. And then I guess the question is, because at the moment, overall, obviously the net gain of both teams is pretty equal. Yeah. Who would you favor at that point in 5 minutes' time when you look at these two lineups? Like
probably
who's
Liquid.
got the, yeah,
probably Liquid.
We're just around the Ravage.
Yeah, the Ravage. Tiny, I think, is a stronger carry than TA at that point.
Yep.
TA does a lot of damage, but she doesn't really have mobility or any big items. It's going to be a Dragon Lance and maybe a Deso if he's really farmed. Probably not. And
I mean, they will have to blink timing on GPK. No, GPK is going to have his blink for the play at 15 minutes around the Tormentor.
It's just a concern, right? You go in, maybe you go on the Tide, but then he gets his proc, he uses Ravage on you, get arrowed, you just die. It's not... I would say both teams picked strong fighting heroes. It's not... It's not really clear. It's like going to be a lot of how they play it out. Also, now the fact that it's going to be day means Night Stalker needs ult. So there's all this meta game of now, maybe if you force Night Stalker ult at this 14-minute mark, they can't fight Tormentor because it's completely daytime. I think it's really interesting to just think about all the mechanics of the gameplay.
They're going to get straight in. Nisha with the aggressive dive, jumps over towards Kataomi. TPs are coming in for BetBoom.
Another slide in one.
And Kataomi is going to get the chance to walk away. There's the follow-up slide to finish him off. Here's the turn up for BetBoom to try and get some kills in return. Saberlight standing strong underneath the tower. Not enough damage to kind of go through him. They'll have to turn their attention over towards the Ember, but the Ravage holds them back. Gives Nisha the chance to survive. Nisha is ready to turn. Slight change back onto Miro. Miro caught as well by the Avalanche. Boxy trying to finish off the kill. Boxy. Ooh, not going to quite have enough damage to finish him, so Miro does survive. Boxy opts for the TP out. He'll get away. Now, as it is, everybody escapes there.
Yep, no one died.
Yep, Saberlight having to sort of save the day there with the Ravage. Maybe they'll get saved. Nope, Fisher's up. TPK holds back. Mickey the Avalanche. That'll do it. So a kill to be had at the end of it all. Good moves and good reaction there from Liquid and Saberlight to make sure that Nisha doesn't die. Because without that Ravage, Nisha almost certainly was going to be dead.
Yeah, and even Miro almost goes down. I thought he was dead when he walked into Boxy at the end. That was a really close fight. It was also just slightly before GPK's blink. Maybe things go differently if he's able to blink on the Ember, follow up. I wouldn't say that favors anyone in particular. A lot of these fights, when everyone walks away, both teams walk away from the fight going, okay, it's fine, guys. We didn't die. And you pressed your spells. The bigger spells were pressed was Ravage, I would say, because Echo wasn't used. The Night Stalker roll doesn't matter too much, especially during the nighttime. So Liquid's, if you want to have a loser, it would be Liquid.
Mira has these 3 heroes of Liquid looking at him. Can these 3 heroes kill him? He's pretty tanky.
Easily.
It's enough.
If he gets Avalanche into... Well, not if they miss Arrow.
Well,
okay.
Never mind. They try, but I guess as it was, Mickey's not quite close enough to be able to set up with an Avalanche, so Insania feels like he just has to shoot his shot.
Yep. And now BetBoom's all over here.
Yeah, they're turning up. Save, getting the info. GPK's just going to jump in open with the Echo Slam. Macropie to follow. They want to drop everything onto Mickey, and it's a good job well done as Mickey falls. Liquid, they've turned up to try and fight back, but of course, no Ravage still for 30 seconds. Saberlight trying to stay on top of GPK. Nisha's ready to join in with the Remnants. Closes the gap on a GPK. GPK will be able to pick up another kill with Enchant Tome, but he does end up dying. BetBoom, though, overall still ready to push on strong. Turn towards Saberlight. Mirror turns into nighttime. They'll get in on top of the Tide Hunter. Saberlight to fall. BetBoom, have they got enough in the tank to maybe even go for more? Nisha and Insania, the last 2 left underneath Tier 1. Looks like BetBoom will hold back. So this time round, a clear winner at the fight for BetBoom.
Yeah, it's a bit scary to dive into the Ember Arcane Rune. That's a pretty big win for BetBoom team. The only negative is that they had to use they had to bring 5 heroes, but Oh no, not if Nisha dies here.
Yeah, Mira got the silence. Pierre's got the damage. Just out in time. Silence not quite lasting long enough. It's out with the TP. They won't find it. It's coming close. There's that dangerous time. 15 minutes. We'll see which team's going to be set up better for that Tormentor.
The result of that fight actually is that no Night Stalker roll, no Echo Slam.
It's true.
But there's a Ravage. So Liquid actually, if they choose to do a Tormentor or even this tier 1 fight in Tormentor, they're at the advantage with their cooldowns. I think we're also noticing a lot of Vlads. So Saberlight on the Tide is going for Vlads. I feel like part of this is also specifically for Tormentor. Just giving your team an aura, letting you guys fight and group up around this 15-minute timing. All right, it's go time.
Okay, so we got it on the bottom side here. Liquid. Well, they're going for the twin gates. They don't want to try and set up something. They want to try and get the kill first. Top. Save. Is found. Oh, jump at GPK. He's going to get the burst onto Boxy. It's not enough to kill him. Boxy's able to get the time lapse off. They're just able to turn and kill GPK after what was a very ambitious jump forward, which even if it worked out, would have only got him a Weaver kill. He went for it.
And he would have died.
Yeah, he went all out for that. I mean, they were not respecting the Tormentor time because now there's 2 heroes dead. Liquid, they could easily get this 15-minute Tormentor without any contest whatsoever.
Look at this gold. So they're down 2k gold right now. Instantly, it's even. Just all of this network lead is gone.
And we'll see this again. GPK, he really felt that this was his time.
It looked a bit... He didn't seem to have Echo, actually.
No, Echo wasn't up. Which is probably a good thing. I don't even... Do you want to drop the Echo just to kill this Weaver in the midst of the 5-man of Liquid? They'll get the Weaver back in the real time down on the bottom. Back on with the push, but yeah, Liquid will be the ones, as we saw, getting that first Tormentor.
Yeah, and Shard went to Insania. Not the best, I would say. Again, it's basically just a crit. Well, he's critting right now in Katayomi. Oh, no way.
Is he going to die for this?
Dude, the frog neutral.
Did he get ravaged?
He got ravaged in the macro pyre. These frog neutrals are scary.
Save. Got his eyes on Mickey. The backup's coming in from Miro and Pure. TP's coming over from Liquid, trying to see if they can get Mickey out of it safely, but Miro's able to stay in on top of the target. The Ghost will slow Miro down. Mickey able to turn with the Avalanche. Mickey's able to walk away. Jump forward for GPK. That's a beautiful echo onto the 2 of them. Easy kill to take down Boxy. And they get stabilized as well. Still too tanky, and backup TP's coming in for Liquid. They won't be able to finish off the second kill off the back of that echo. Just the one.
These are good, though, for a BetBoom team. They can constantly forcing back TPs, forcing out just rotations, and still getting the kills and getting out, right? They're getting literally everything they want. Usually you make those plays and you're completely fine forcing TPs, but they're getting more. They're getting spells, they're getting TPs, they're getting kills.
God, Pure's just massive.
Already back to 3k gold. So we talked about the Tormentor. It was a 2k gold swing, and then now it's back to already 3k for BetBoom team.
Yeah, they have to find this TA. Pure is farming at an insane pace. He's pretty much going to have this Blink, Dragon Lance, Deso timing like 18 minutes in.
Oh,
this is
just
super
barely
fast.
dodges them. Their smoke just barely doesn't clip it.
Look at the tier 1 mid, Liquid. Yeah, the definite problems lie within finding and killing the TA. Something that's not going to be easy to do. You know, Pure yet to die this game. Moves have been pretty perfect. They've got the Blink Dagger now on Saberlight, so they can look to try and set up once more. Look to hunt for these aggressive moves.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Both teams have all of their spells in about 30 seconds. I think Liquid used their smoke. They missed it. It's now basically a question of pushing out lanes effectively for Liquid and not getting caught and trying to find your opportunity. For the most part, they're more of a poke team. You want to like slight change into a Mirana arrow. Maybe Tiny goes in, uses his spells, runs out. Their only commitment is going to be Saberlight with a Ravage. And you usually can't just Ravage casually.
They can get the quick grabs like this, the chains into the arrow combo.
Really simple. I just feel like BetBoom team doesn't care about anything Liquid's doing to some extent.
I think Pure's chilling.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you know, you can kill save. It's okay. You can kind of push in the lanes to us. We'll collect them. But they know that their draft is way more casual in terms of how they can group and kill heroes. It's like Night Stalker +1 will kill a hero. Earthshaker +1 will kill a hero. Even the bounty can set up all the time. Maybe a TA is there to hit. So I just think that they feel a bit more casual in a good way. And that they can get away with splitting up a bit. Usually when the team has easier execution kills, it means that they get to farm more, which is kind of, I think, being reflected in the gold lead that BetBoom team is. Because they can feign kill threat all the time by staying off the map as much as possible, whereas Liquid doesn't really have this kill threat by staying off the map.
Oh, Liquid gonna try again to try and find a fight around the Ravage from Saberlight. See Mirror at the front of it all. We'll go in. Silence is gonna come out. Saberlight trying to keep out of the range of the silence.
He does have Rabbit.
There it comes. Onto the three of them. Do they have the damage to follow up? They'll look towards Mirror. GPK jumps the backlines, immediately blows up Insania with the Echo Slam. That's the back of a Katomi's damage as well from the Macropie. Mickey's trying to stand his ground and fight through it and will succeed in taking GPK down. Can now turn towards Kataomi. Liquid, they'll get the cleanup. Double kill for Mickey. They take 3. They only lose the 1.
Good fight. Mickey shows up. He's starting to feel really strong. He just kind of started slapping GPK, took no damage from anything, and Saberlight lives. The new Kraken shell. OP.
They gave him more than enough chance to indeed just withstand the damage being taken during the silence and get the full opportunity to get that Ravage off Boxy. He's been found. We'll be able to catch him, but he got his job done. Was able to steal the Shrine of Wisdom. And Mickey off the back of that fight, getting those couple of kills, closing that gap between him and Pure. Both at very similar stages of their progression now in the carries.
The biggest difference is I think Mickey's going to hit a timing maybe in 5 minutes where he's kind of peaking. Maybe this next item, and he'll never die to BetBoom teams. Probably if he goes a BKB or just a Chrysalis, he'll do too much damage. Whereas I think in 2-3 items, when Pure's getting this like 5-6 slots, that's when Pure will kill everything off cooldown. Honestly, if the Saberlight, the new Kraken shells, lets Saberlight survive Pure hitting him,
yeah, I
think that it's going to get easier and easier for Liquid to play the game. Because already right now, it's 200 damage block when you activate this spell. Which is kind of absurd. Every time you get hit, you take 200 less damage.
Saving Mirror.
It's very deep.
It is. They did have the numbers, but you're going underneath the tier 2 when Liquid have the potential to respond. Of course, Liquid don't quite have the Ravage backup. It's coming soon. Less than 20 seconds until Saberlight's going to have Ravage again. Obviously, when that's up, it becomes very difficult for BetBoom to try and make these aggressive plays.
I was like, so Insania was kind of bought around Mickey, and he literally TP'd out as Mickey was getting gone on, knowing how unrealistic it was for him to actually die.
Now Liquid, they're into the Roshan. It has been spotted out with the scan. So BetBoom's heading over.
It's a hard fight.
They're fighting into the Ravage, and Mickey's tiny.
Arcaner and Ember as well.
Let's see if they can do it here, BetBoom. They're going to get approached first here as the Fisher comes out. GPK doesn't quite get the follow-up lockdown. Liquid are able to step back. Okay. Under the cover of the Moonlight Shadow, not able to get the Avalanche toss-back potential onto Miro. Liquid just watching and waiting. Saberlight's going to be ready with the reaction if BetBoom do try and make a move into this. BetBoom, they know themselves how careful they have to be about going for the fight, even if they do. I mean, at the most, they can just try and hope to hold Liquid back away from the Roshan. And Pure did consider trying to take it down amidst all this chaos, but not really possible to do. So they pushed him out of it, but now it's kind of like, now what do BetBoom do?
I think you might have to give it up.
Saberlight, put the anchor down onto Miro. Avalanche as well from Mickey. Katomi lays down the Macropie. Arrow connection hits onto Miro. They're going to try and burst through the Night Stalker first. They'll get him. GPK in with the Echo Slam. Burst for Insania, but he's not able to get the follow-up damage on towards him. Insania survives. Liquid, they can chase GPK now out of the fight. Jumps over with the Aghanim as Enchant Totem, but it won't get him away from Mickey. Mickey he gets the killing spree. The arrow not going to catch onto Pure, so TP out will save him, but Save cannot save himself as the leash is there from Saberlight. Liquid, they take the fight. I mean, you could almost feel that BetBoom knew that this was inevitable, right? They really did just push Liquid out of the pit, and then they were kind of like, well, now what do we do? Because we don't really want to fight into this.
There was also the Night Stalker ult. So they committed their one big cooldown to get vision, and Liquid walks away. They sit on the high ground and just kind of know BetBoom team doesn't want to take a fight inside the pit. And good movement.
And Liquid, I mean, especially now that they have the Sages, they're going to be on track to go for that next Tormentor really easily, right?
So if Liquid get it, that's 2 Tormentors.
Yep.
That's a 160% chance to win the game.
It's that's how the numbers work. But BetBoom definitely got a challenge on their hands here. Sure, the numbers are close in the middle, but as you say, the stats, they don't lie.
They do not.
And, I mean, did BetBoom even think about contesting that Tormentor when Liquid's going to go for it within the next minute when it comes up?
Honestly, the second Tormentor is not as big as the first one.
Sure, won't have much of a swing on the game.
Just because this 2 to 3k gold lead, it gets less and less important. I also think, realistically, the supports of Liquid just had bad shards.
Yeah.
So the power spec that they got from it was not the same, whereas even BetBoom team, I think their shards are a lot better. Good. Huh.
Now, Pure will be a bit better set to turn up to the fights now. How's his BKB online?
Yeah. He can't hit Tidehunter. He has to focus a different hero. It just feels really awkward, I would say, from if you think of the game from Pure's perspective. Because Tidehunter, I don't think actually will die to him.
He's looking pretty invincible this game, Saberlight, in these team fights. It really is.
Mickey also probably is not going to die, and even if he does die as an Aegis.
I was close. I mean, they'll still get him under the sentry, so they'll get the kill. I think that dust must have been just on the edge, didn't quite clip him.
Yep.
The job's still a good one. They get the kill.
So at this point, you're telling Pure to kill Insignia or Boxy, or maybe Nisha, but even Nisha's tanky. Is this Sanjay Yasha? He's going to go, what's it called, Shiva's? It is a hard game for Pure. Here's Tormentor. 3k gold, 4k gold lead. All right. Liquid's ahead.
I mean, how do BetBoom go around a good team fight? Who are you looking to go in first? Is it still GPK or is it Miro? Who's starting the fight in an ideal situation?
It should be Miro.
Yeah. And then what GPK is just got to kind of sit back, look for them to be baited in, and find at least, like a 2-3 man echo.
Yeah. He either needs to kill the supports during the fight, just kind of, 2 enchant totems on a Mirana or a Weaver will kill them. Or you play follow-up stun and let your TA actually get hits off.
Saberlight.
Oh.
But they open onto Pure.
Look at the damage he does. It's so low.
Alright, just has to BKB TP.
He's
I don't know how they're going to kill this Tidehunter.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty unkillable.
He's back.
He is. About time as well. I feel like it's been a while since Tidehunter's been at the top.
I think it's a fun hero.
Mid. Okay. He's looking in under the tower for Save. TPs are coming in, but Save should tick down. And maybe they can try and take the Aegis out of Mickey's hands. They can. Can they do it a second time? Setting up around him. They're going to give it a bit of an effort, but backup's in from Liquid. They're jumping. They'll drop the Echo. They'll get the kill. They'll bring down Mickey. Can they get anything more? And Nisha is almost ready to start fighting back there as GPK ends up falling very low to the Sleight of Fist. What? Saberlight just goes in. He's able to get the Ravage onto the 3 of them. He's going to try and find GPK at the back, but GPK will keep his distance just enough. I mean, he went for it with that Ravage, and I tell you what, he gets the kill. It's a job well done from Saberlight. He will die, but he'll definitely tell you that was worth as he just jumped into the 3 of them, walks up and kills off the mid. And the fight, it ain't over yet. Chains into Arrow. They get the catch on the Kataomi. Nisha, he's thinking about diving in for more. They've got the vision here for Save. Doesn't look like they have. Save and Pure, they actually want to try and turn over towards Boxy. Pure, still very, very strong. Looking for those side blades. Not enough to get Boxy. Arrow, going to be dodged. BetBoom, they're continuing this chase here. Pure looks for Insania, and he'll get it. Pure cleaning up some kills. I mean, Insania's they could go for the TP out here on Nisha, but the stun's there. They could kill him as well.
He's no mana. Wait, he's missing. Okay. All right.
All right, Pure fixing up the end of that team fight there for BetBoom.
It looked bad, I think, for BetBoom team at the very start. They kind of are able to kite out. They kill Mickey at the start, which was super good, but then Saberlight goes in. He barely dies at the end, kills GPK, and then I think Liquid stayed around just a bit too long.
I mean, I guess that is the question. Was it actually worth for Saberlight to just YOLO in under the tier 2 and Ravage?
No, probably not.
No.
If he was able to do it while Mickey was alive,
Sure.
and protect Mickey, but I think
At that point of the fight,
Yeah.
you back up, regroup, go
I
again
also
with the
think
Ravage.
it's okay if you tell your team, hey guys, I'm doing this alone. And I think Liquid honestly was out of the fight completely. But then when they saw the Jakiro, they turned to commit to the fight again a second time. And usually these recommitments are they make and break team fights. I don't want to say min-maxy, but there's a lot of times you'll do these fights and then after you'll think to yourself, huh, we could have done absolutely nothing and had a better time. I didn't know what he was going to do there. I was excited.
They're setting up around the mid. Fisher into the Echo. They're trying to keep him chained, stunned into the silence. They're bringing in the damage
Another
from
sound?
Pure, but Nisha's able to jump out in
Another
time.
trap?
A last bit of damage following up. Oh, there it is. You love to see them. The cute little side trap plays. And Pure's got them.
That's a massive kill. Especially getting him just like that. We did say Pure, when he gets his, 4th, 5th item,
And we've got there.
he's there.
Daedalus
Absolutely.
online. And Pure's definitely the key threat that Liquid need to identify and eliminate.
Is under attack.
As we've seen, it doesn't matter if they're killing the other cores. High chance Pure will clean up a team fight.
Especially with the Nemesis curse, so he does even more damage to the heroes he's hitting. Liquid looks like they want to catch, but Saberlight's tracked. So they're not going to go. So Mickey went Revenant's Brooch on the Tiny, which I think is cool. I think it was you. We were talking about it, right? Did you see
Maybe.
the Tiny?
Yeah.
It looks interesting. It's kind of like a crit nowadays, but of magic damage. So it kind of splits your damage between physical and magic.
Saberlight jumps
They don't
in.
see save?
Doesn't want to blow his Ravage straight away. I mean, is it getting to the point where if Saberlight and Mickey are in position, is it worth them just blink ravaging the TA and going all out on Pure? Or do you not
100%.
you do. You think you blow everything on this TA in the middle of the team fight
If
and
the
you can
TA
kill her?
dies,
Yeah.
the fight is over, I think. At most, GPK is going to get 1 kill. Miro
Yeah.
maybe will get 1 kill, but then that's 2, right? There's still 3 more remaining.
Boxy will get caught off to the side. I mean, Liquid, I don't know if they want to fight into this now. They're a man down.
Probably not, especially with the Night Stalker ult running.
Got the full Shivas on Nisha now.
There's a gem on Miro that sees Nisha's Invis rune. I don't think they dive this, though.
Radiant's bottom
It's tempting.
They have to know that there's a Saberlight.
Jump forward. Liquid still being a bit cautious about how they fight back with the fact that
Okay.
they don't have Boxy.
This could be scary.
Both teams poking at one another. Mickey's going to get the drag back with a harpoon. There's the Ravage. It's out onto pretty much the 4 of them. GPK's able to get the BKB off and jump in. The Ravage was enough time to them kill off both supports, and now they can chase for the cause. GPK gets caught. A good, clean Ravage there from Saberlight. Opens up the fight for Liquid to take.
I think they stuck around way too long. They have to know that Liquid's not going to be anywhere else.
They're chasing across the map. They
This
might
is
even
another
find
one.
a chance for Miro as well.
Ooh.
Slide chains off the mark there. From Nisha, not quite able to get the grab. They're going to try and get some pressure onto this top tower, though. Mickey's in.
There's no BKB for Pure if he gets caught randomly.
3 heroes down on BetBoom. See how much damage Liquid is going to be able to do with this. The tier 3 starting to fall. The fortification's out.
He can die to his slight chains if he's not careful.
He's going to be
stressed out for
careful.
Pure.
He's going to be careful. Surely. Yeah, he's being careful. They're letting the top racks go. Liquid will take the first set of barracks here.
All right. I think that's all just on BetBoom, honestly. Liquid just kind of sat there around their
Around the
tier
2. They're like,
Yeah.
you wanna have some? We'll give it you. And they did.
All right, Roshan has 1 minute to spawn, minute 20. Ravage will be up, which is, again, that's Liquid's only cooldown. It's just Ravage, so everything's going to be ready.
They get the jump on Anisha. Forced to the side, they're trying to get Nisha out of
He's
here.
still
Liquid,
tanky.
can they keep him alive? They can. Nisha's going to be fine, and now they can turn slight chains on Miro. Miro's dead. Liquid, they bail Nisha out of there beautifully. As BetBoom, I mean, they're trying to just kind of jump in, throw everything down onto Hero, but even Nisha now at this point, they don't quite kill him.
Yep. He has the Shivas now.
Are they going to get another Roche?
Yeah.
I mean, his objectives go so far this game. Liquid, was it 2 Tormentors and now on track for 2 Roshans?
Yep, getting everything.
I mean,
they
can
can probably
BetBoom-
just Tormentor too.
Can BetBoom do anything about this? They don't have Mirror, they
No.
don't have Echo Slam. They're still looking for a fight. I don't know if they want to look for this. I think BetBoom just have to stay away.
This is a really hard fight.
Yeah, Liquid's
Ravage at
chasing them
7.
down. Pure's got to put the BKB. They'll get the catch on towards the bounty as Save is left behind. Should at least give enough time for Pure to escape. The rest of BetBoom can back off. And at this point, even though it's a close game on the numbers, everything does have to be kind of perfect for BetBoom to take a fight into this. As at the moment, it just seems kind of the threat at the Ravage on this Tide is just king in all of these situations.
I think it's a lot about the amount of damage BetBoom team has compared to Liquid's HP. It almost feels like this is a single core draft for BetBoom team. Even though I know Shaker usually has this very high damage numbers, pretty absurd hero. It just doesn't feel versus Tide Tiny. They have so much HP. Ember has a Shiva's Guard, Sajin Yasha, so he's not going to go down.
Yeah, it's just the echoes we've seen this game. They've only like deleted heroes early on, right? And that's only just been the supports. You know, maybe Boxy gets blown up by an echo, but outside of that, none of these echoes seem to really have that much of an effect.
Yeah, the damage dealt, the teams have very similar damages dealt. I just think that Liquid has more HP, so the damage numbers don't matter.
I'm making the jump over to Pure. Pure's got BKB back up in 3 seconds if he needs it for this fight. And might have to just leave Katami behind, stabilize him. But the Ravage gets the opening on towards Pure. He's got to put the BKB on the TA. Jump forward,
Big Echo.
GBK with the Echo. This time it's enough for them to kill Nisha. Pure turns over towards Mickey. Mickey, of course, still incredibly tanky, though. Turns towards Stabilize. He's got the Kraken Shell helping him survive damage for now. Forced to the side. They're looking to get him out of it. The arrow comes out from Insania. Catches onto Pure. Pure will be held back for now. Mickey standing his ground against Mirror. Mirror has to fly away. BetBoom, do they really want to keep pushing into this? They do have the numbers advantage. There's no longer the threat at the Ravage, but even in this sort of circumstance, it's still proving to be not possible for BetBoom to chase for further kills. They get the one, but they won't get anything more.
I think that was almost the best case situation for BetBoom team. Bursting the Ember just at the very start of the fight. They do have to use a lot though. They're using Echo Slam just to kill him. They're using BKB on TA to survive. They're using BKB on Earthshaker to survive. And I just think the longer the fights are, it's usually going to be BetBoom team running out of steam.
Oh, Liquid. They're going to try and make a play here off the back of the
There's no
Moonlight Shadow.
Ravage. BetBoom team kind of knows they're out. No BKB, 30 seconds on Pure if they find him. He should just be out.
Katami. I got the toss forward. Anything to stop it. Not enough damage. Katami will live. Pure gets all the info he needs to get out of there. Start working towards his next item. Pretty much that 6th one, looking for the silver edge on himself.
He kind of needs it to deal with Tidehunter. I'm just thinking of what he should buy.
Are scanning.
I think Silver Edge is... It makes sense for his Tide, but I
Sure.
don't think it'll be enough.
And nowadays, right, with the new active of the Kraken Shell, even if you get broken, if you press Kraken Shell, will you still be getting double or will you be getting double nothing?
I think it'll be double of nothing.
We'll have to see.
Unless there's a buff you get, it might just be a single instance of it and instead of...
Radiant's bottom tower.
I think GPK should, or Pure should go Rapier.
You want to see big damage.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
actually think he needs a Rapier.
He might, honestly, in terms of carry players, Pure's pretty good at identifying
they
when a
might get
rape is
Nisha.
necessary. They get the opening. He was not expecting that
Okay.
one bit. Just idly walking down the lane and then surprise, suddenly an Echo Slam in the face and you're dead.
That's the Bounty Hunter shard. We see it getting picked, just the hero getting picked in general a lot more recently, and the shard gets picked a lot. Just invis on your whole team is insane. I think they also all stun off the first hit.
Liquid gonna try and get some revenge here for Nisha. Boxy with the chase down onto Save.
They just let Save die.
Yeah, Pure, he's already out. Goes for the TP away. The Save will be the only one to fall. And we'll see. I mean, yeah, I guess they don't have Nisha up at the moment, but they're probably going to soon be able to look for that third Tormentor. Liquid. It's still just a very back and forth game.
Yep.
And it really is kind of gearing up to just who's going to have the better jump and control in the team fight, and then out of the two cores, you know, is it going to be Pure able to get in position and burst through a target, or is Mickey more likely to be able to get in and burst the whoever they choose to jump? And we see there, poor old Nisha, not expecting that one bit.
It doesn't feel like BetBoom team is ahead in gold. Feeling the game out, right? The way they're playing is a lot of, they're trying to do pickoffs, they're trying to dodge these big team fights. And Liquid's behind in gold, but they're also not playing it. They're constantly pushing towers, going forward, being aggressive. Again, it's not too much of a gold lead, especially at 40 minutes. 2K gold is practically meaningless.
Yeah, it's close.
But it's just the difference between the Tiny and the TA. That's the entire lead.
Liquid. I do have the refresher now, Saberlight. So, ready with the double Ravages. The next big item's coming out. Well, GPK's got the full Ags, Octarine, BKB online. Mira's going to be looking towards the Nullifier AC next.
Never refuse gold.
All right, so he did go Silver Edge. I don't think the Silver Edge is bad, per se. I think it's definitely going to give them an opportunity to kill the Tide Hunter. I'm mostly worried, I guess, about the Tide Tormentor third. So Liquid has gotten everything.
Everything. Yeah, 3 Tormentors,
all Roshas.
2 Roshans. Which is kind of crazy, right? A team that's got 3 Tormentors, 2 Roshans. 41 minutes in, they're only 1k ahead.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of map objectives you've been able to get as a team, but I mean, if anything, just goes to show how efficient BetBoom are with their sort of just what they get out of the map.
Yeah.
I mean, because you look at this, there's also, you know, Liquid got a set of barracks, but again, on the gold, it doesn't really show.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's hard. I think it's generally just the team fight that Liquid has is what's winning them the game and losing them the net worth to some extent, because they know when they're grouped up, they get a fight as 5, they'll win every fight. But that also leads them to being grouped up a bit more than BetBoom team. They're not doing this splitting game as much, and they don't have great individual catch, like I was saying earlier. So they're going to always be smoked up as 5, looking for these big team fights, these big pickoffs. And with Tiny as a carry, one team fight can just end the game.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, base can die pretty quickly.
Pure has no buyback. Earthshaker, no buyback. Miro, no buyback. It's bounty. They get wiped, and then you're going to say, save, guys. Save our fountain.
Saberlight.
It's all you.
He's in good position, but they're both under the cover of smokes. See who's making the jump. But Saberlight's in. Oh, it's a good
Ravage.
start. It's a beautiful 3-man Ravage. Kado did manage to get off the Yules in time. He's not going to be able to get the second Ravage off immediately, trying to survive as he walks off the silence. The BKBs are out from BetBoom. They're on the run, but Mickey's ready to chase. They get the chains connection on the GPK. He has to panic Echo. It's not going to do a lot for him as GPK's dead. Pure's gone. There's no buyback. Oh. Well, you know, that's just a celebratory Ravage to close up the game. Maybe, or at least close up a set of barracks, because they're pushing in. There's no buybacks.
If they know this, they can just throw.
Yeah.
There's nothing that
Liquid's going to get a lot out of this. They don't have the gold.
Now they're going to realize, all right, guys, let's hit the throw and see what happens.
Well, there we have it. I mean, that's just it, right?
Yeah,
unless Liquid get kind of cold feet and start getting scared.
They have 2 ways in, so there's not going to be backdoor protection. All right, Mira, you got to do this.
Oh, I don't think he's going to do this. He's trying. But they could just hit the Ancient, close it up, get some kills on the way out, and there we have it. GG's called. Well, for a game, for the 40 minutes or so, stayed within like 2K. How about you, Gunner? But I kind of like what BetBoom's doing, mainly because I'm seeing a PA. And PA, it's still as strong as ever. I feel sure. Well, not as strong as it would, but it's still very, very strong.
It's still strong.
It's very, very strong.
You didn't go the dagger facet.
Unfortunately not. One day we'll see someone try it and probably lose with it. But until that day, methodical is still the way.
And then in terms of facets, I don't know if there's anything else really exciting. Okay, so Miro actually changed up his facet, funny enough. So he went Voidbringer. Wait, I feel like shouldn't it be reversed? That you would want the Tormentor, because if you're gonna think about the day-night cycle,
Sure.
wouldn't you want it to be top instead of bot?
Well,
on,
because
on
you're
Radiant, or I mean bot.
No, but I mean, last game it was bot.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
it was top.
No, it was bot. 15 minutes in, it was bot.
At 15-15 though, it swaps
Oh,
to top.
that's true. 15-15, it did be
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
Okay, so
So
I
I'm
see
saying,
what
isn't
you're
it?
saying. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an intentional choice or is more he picked that fast. I was like, ooh,
I mean, well, obviously,
it's not that good.
as we saw from last game, Liquid were definitely more in tune with the Tormentor's
yeah.
tactics, you know. So maybe BetBoom just aren't quite there
Maybe
yet
he's
with
not thinking
Tormentors.
about it
Yeah.
with his passing. There's a lot in the patch, right? It's
There is
hard
a
to
lot.
just say, oh, you have to think about all these
Little
30 different things.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. And we'll see what Mirror does. Because last game, on the Night Stalker, it seemed a tough one for him. I did feel like
It was a
last
bit
game, GPK and Mirror, they were kind of lagging behind, right, whilst Pure was doing his best to carry.
Yeah, I think this game is a slightly better Night Stalker game.
Yep.
He has easier heroes to kill. The cores aren't that tanky compared to last game. Especially Grimstroke. Grimstroke will just die. He's not a core, but I think the supports weren't really food for a Night Stalker either. So hopefully Mirror has a better game. And also, I think, like the panel was saying, his team has better ways to use the vision he's providing. With the Phantom Assassin getting jumps off, with the Quap kind of knowing how to blink in and where to fight. So I like it more this game than last.
I'm trying to remember, last patch when we did see Grims, were they taking the fine art facet?
People tried it a few times.
Yeah, 'cause
specifically
that's-
for the laning stage.
Okay, sure, because that's what we've got Insania with here today. I think did get a quality of life buff, right, in the sense that I
Yes.
believe when you're playing it, you actually do see the
It just like,
targeting.
yeah, it was really strange. So they fixed that for Puck
Yes.
like 4 months ago. Is he?
He's
Oh, he
dead.
blinked in.
That's first blood for Pure, and he's under no
And he's-
threat
yeah,
whatsoever,
he's okay.
so he's totally fine.
So they changed it for Puck,
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, you know, Puck is allowed to see the orb, but for some reason they didn't change it with Grim, even though it's the exact same mechanic. But finally changing it, they did nerf, I want to say, the Inkswell. Technically, they increase like the damage and the healing, but it doesn't do a strong dispel. It's only a soft dispel. So the save from Inkswell is not the same. It's also at the start it dispels, not at the end.
Okay.
So in terms of this like kind of save support that Grimstroke was, I think he's a bit worse. But they buffed specifically the Q, which I think again, Grimstroke's worst part was the laning stage. So anything that helps the laning stage just is going to help the hero be a better hero. Because scaling wise, he's crazy. You get an Ags. I've seen Ags on a Phantom Assassin, and the Phantom Assassin illusion just kills everything because they're BKB'd. They can't be slow. They do full. I think they do more damage than a real hero. It's absurd.
Lane so far on the bottom lane. Not looking easy for Liquid to play. Does this start to change as the levels come in for this Darkseer Spirit Breaker lane, or is PA pretty fine?
Usually level 3 is the big timing for Darkseer lanes, but I think especially versus this Phantom Assassin Wyvern, they have a lot of sustain, they have a lot of healing, and they should be okay inside of BetBoom to just free farm. I think this isn't a lane that Liquid will stomp, even though I think they probably should have it. Just based on the kill that they already have.
Now mid lane, pretty close so far. Little bit of an edge for GPK. 90 for 5 against the 17, 18 for 2.
Well, we saw this yesterday. Quinn solo killed Emo. So I think as long as Nisha does decently fine in the lane, it's okay. All right, wait. Sabret's about to level up. Let's see the innate in action. And they're going on him too. Wait, he missed XP.
Yeah, he needed one more creep. He's going to be fine. Pure doesn't want to spend more time running away from the wave.
I want to see him level up. I don't know how good this innate is. So
I
right
mean,
now,
it's very situational, right, on how clutch
it's
it's
so
going to be.
hard to use. Yeah. So right now, I think he'll get 14% health when he levels up.
So how much is that? It's like 100.
Yeah,
Like 100 HP, right?
a bit. A little less. It's like 80. We're all we're pausing.
Yeah, we're going to watch this. It's going to happen with this creep.
Gonna
Very
happen.
exciting. Watch his health.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh, okay.
Dude, that was
actually way
that was
more than I
actually
was
way
expecting.
more. That was like
Yeah.
170.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that. Easy heals.
He's back. He's full health, full resources.
Save.
Not full health, full resources.
Well, he might actually
I think he's
survive.
okay. He has
Yeah.
the innate. Okay.
He's out there. He's good. Top lane so far, what's the outcome? We've got 20 for 3 on Miro. Midgate, 25 for 5. And what's going on with the Lycan anyway?
So Lycan got a bit of a nerf.
A little bit of a nerf.
Yeah, so interesting things, he got changed back to a strength hero. So he's no longer universal. So going like more carry right-click items is a bit better. I'm not really sure about my feelings on the universal changes. They changed the stats, so they scale way worse than they used to last patch. So
Was
honestly,
that a necessary change, you think?
universal heroes were pretty good.
Yep.
And now, I don't even know if you want to be a universal hero, to be honest. I think it's a bad thing. But I think Lycan is still good, especially with the Alpha Wolves facet. It's just a question of, is he... I don't know his impact versus Phantom Assassin.
Sure. And is he good enough still to have him prioritized as your carry?
It's hard to say. I think, so... Now that he's a strength hero...
Yep.
I think he's actually going to end up with more damage than he did last patch. If you're going a similar build with like Echo Saber, Harpoon, even an SOY if he wants it. He also has a Magnus. So he's going to have a lot of built-in damage just with the Empower. I don't know. Every time I see these carries that are not really either magic damage carries or they don't feel like they're going to buy MKB versus a Phantom Assassin, it gets a bit scary. Especially with the Wolves. The Wolves are never going to do damage to PA. And there's a Winter Wyvern. I'm a bit worried for Mickey's impact in the mid game.
No, for sure. I do think this is going to be a much harder game for Liquid.
Yep.
Because it's a pure PA. If the game goes in like a similar nature as the last game, you know, on the PA compared to the TA, you know, the PA is more of one of those heroes that, as long as Pure's getting farm, the odds of him being able to carry up and close up a game are going to be even higher this time.
Yep. If the game was the exact same game state last game,
yeah,
but they had a PA instead of a TA, I think
bottom tower
maybe they don't necessarily win, but it's a lot easier to just execute. I'm also curious what Pure's build will be. I think you probably just go the same items. I don't think Sanji Joshua was nerfed that much. Satanic, was it even changed? Yeah, it wasn't even changed, so you probably just go the exact same items.
I gotta agree, yeah, the build's still good. It's just what, 5% loss on status resistance, 25 to 20 on the SMY.
Pure gated top.
Whatever. Yep. Jumps in with the dagger. Save's gonna be in with the wraparound. There's no helping Mickey. He's dead. They'll give the kill to Pure. Very worthy rotation, and I could get some pressure onto this tier 1 very early on, 6 minutes in.
And Siege Wave.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, they'll be able to keep this alive likely, so...
Dire's top tower is
What will Liquid do about this? Not a whole lot that Insania can do right now.
is under attack.
It's a bit awkward to want to defend this. I think Magnus is just pretty weak of a hero. He doesn't even have Skewer, so it's probably going to be Liquid giving it up. The only way they could do it is if there's like an Iron Shell Boxy that shows up, but it's just so much map commitment that they would much rather just give it up, let Mika keep farming the jungle, and not really waste all their heroes' time and resources for a fight that they probably would lose.
Super early tower. So yeah, Liquid not able to do anything about.
Here's the charge.
Charging in, but Pure does not...
About 100 damage.
Yeah, never going to care about that. I mean, because I guess this is the... Would you say kind of the biggest thing that sticks out so far from the gameplay, that Liquid just weren't able to win this bottom lane as hard as they maybe could have on paper with these heroes?
I don't even know if I would say that they should win. I think it should just be more even than what it was.
Mid, they're going to try with the RP into the silence. Backup is there. Charge forward on towards him. Is he able to get out?
Okay.
No, they do kill GPK. So if they can get themselves another kill. Katsumi's come over with the rotation. Miro, he's out of there. Not quite able to reach him there. Katsumi, he will get dragged back. Has the cold embrace.
A lot of magic damage.
But yeah, there's no one helping him out. So Liquid bring the numbers around the mid. They get the big kill, and they get themselves a bit of a bonus, taking down Katsumi and his courier as well.
Grimshark's so nice for the mobility heroes, because if you give that Queen of Pain a few like half
Oh yeah, good bash his head.
Right.
Oh, to get the job done.
She's just dead.
That big damage coming out from that combo. You know, Boxy just charging in, and with that bit of a bonus from the Inkswell from Insania. There's a big kill. They get Pure off the map.
Yeah, that's a massive kill. It's just a lot of gold, a lot of XP. Look how much damage you took. This is so Iron Shell, Inkswell, a first hit bash, and just he's dead.
And then yeah, with the stun from the Inkswell coming out at the very end, so it completely locks him down.
This is a classic combo, Darkseer Spearbreaker, like super old school, and I think Grimstroke Spearbreaker as well is pretty. It's a bit newer school.
Yeah, but you're right. This is just a dream for
this is the
Spearbreaker.
most fun game Boxy's gonna play in a while.
Just slap those 2 spells on him, get him in there. It's a lot. Here we go. Okay, this time they'll be able to put a stop with the Hex, but he's still able to close the gap. Nisha's got the drag back with the Shockwave. Okay, man, maybe Liquid's cooking something here with these Spirit Breaker plays. This could, these are just going to continue, really. There's going to be no sign of slowing down from Liquid when it comes to making these plays around Boxy.
Yep.
We'll see how BetBoom deal with this.
He doesn't have the Bull's hit facet, unfortunately. You want the Bull Rush. I think it's correct, because basically it's based on the movement speed you have in the charge, so when you're getting all these buffs to give you movement speed, you can always just leave the fight. And he's also not really going to hit or scale into being a right clicker. It's just unfortunate. I am sad. I like when the Spirit Breakers get bashed 80% of the time.
He's just going to have to rely on that base RNG this game.
I think the new halberd's really interesting. It got changed a lot.
Super cheap.
Super cheap. And it builds out of a Vanguard. So Saberlight is actually almost done with his entire halberd. It's not the greatest halberd game. There's no... Oh, Boxy almost dies to creeps.
Careful.
It's not the greatest halberd game. There's not heroes, like a Drow, a TA. These like ranged cores are what it's specifically good versus, but even a disarm on the Night Stalker if they're hitting your backline, or a Phantom Assassin if you get it here or there, it's going to matter. And I think it's just good stats. Just HP, it gives you damage block. It's a better Vanguard.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a high chance that we'll see a rise of the offlaners like the Darkseer that are able to farm that item quickly.
There's also the cool thing that Pure might end up doing, which is that Sanjay Jasha disassembles into an Abyssal Blade. Which is also, I think... some of the item changes are also pretty interesting, because just in terms of item builds, it was getting I don't want to say stale, but... forcing out the Night Stalker roll. And hey, that's good. That's basically a kill. Boxy just solo killed Miro.
In terms of both carries, AFK farming, they're on par with one another. Yeah, very, very similar progress, and might see Pure start to step ahead, but obviously once he has the Battle Fury done, he's going to have a good time.
Yeah. Mickey knows he's going to fall behind. It's not really a matter of gold, I think. So for Lycan, you just want to hit this level 11 timing, because you want your wolves to be maxed out. Unfortunately, he had to leave the lane fairly early because it was just a big struggle. Oh no, Kataomi.
He's looking pretty dead. Whoop. He was thinking about cursing there. I wouldn't have saved him. The shell was already out. Yeah, would have died. Save. He's going to go for the Serpent play.
You should really deep.
Sonic Wave's there. Okay. They'll kill him. And they will not be punished for it. Takes a couple of volts. Sonic Wave and a set of Serpent wards, but it's a big kill. They take mid out. Boxy's going to try and find something in return, but the Shackle's there. Shackled under the tower. Pure's able to help out. Boxy dies for that one. Will not get away with diving in, trying to finish up that Shaman kill.
Yeah, it was just a bit aggressive from both of them on Liquid. So Nisha skewers the Shadow Shaman up into the high ground, kind of by himself. Insane is close enough to cast one spell.
Saberlight
they can't keep dying.
And can they go on Saberlight here? No, Pure doesn't want to. TPs are coming in as well for Liquid, so BetBoom have to be a bit cautious.
There's a blink on Nisha.
He's running straight at them. Oh, he's going to be able to catch him with the Shockwave. He'll drop the RP for the kill hit. Cold Embrace is there, but they've got enough magical. So will not save Kataomi. Kills a kill. Give them this chance to get this tier 1 tower as we now approach the Tormentor timing, a minute and a half away.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I actually love it. There's so much on this Tormentor. It's so fun.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Especially because it feels In the past, it was, oh, we have to get our Tormentor at 20 minutes. But now that it's a whole fight objective, I think timings like that are really cool. It's like the power runes, right? Mid laners always fight around the 6-minute power rune, the 8-minute power rune, but having this full team objective 5v5 so early in the game, it definitely changes a bunch of different things. And like, look, right now, so Miro just pressed ult.
That's a long cooldown to
He's
press.
not going to have ult for the 15-minute Tormentor.
Yeah,
You have to consider a lot of these things now. This 13, 14 minutes of these big ults are good to force and also bad to waste.
On a quick grab here as well. Save was getting hunted down by the Wolves. So it's for Nisha to get him with the jump. Miro's still watching from the tree line. Drop the Sonic Wave onto the two of them. Jump forward with the burst. Can they finish off Nisha? No. Backup comes in. There's Liquid. They're going to be potentially look to turn. Katomi will drop the curse down on towards Insania. It's enough to kill him. There's
Double curse.
It goes over towards Boxy. GPK, does he want to jump in to finish it? No. Under the tier 2. He'll back away because Mickey's turned up, chasing them out one by one. And the Wolves are onto Miro, but under this tier 1, TP backup coming in. Miro's going to be okay. Liquid, they won't push their luck any further.
All right, it is now 15 minutes.
It is. Who's set up? Who can take it? I mean, out of these two lineups, both of them geared up to go?
Yeah. I think the early Tormentor is actually really easy to kill. You just need to bring anywhere from like probably like 4 to 5 heroes, even 3 depending on your draft. I would say Liquid's draft is slightly better. They have more physical damage. They're a bit tankier. Mickey's already here as well. But BetBoom can do it if they actually bring the numbers.
What's the ult situation looking like? Well, we've got Curse back up in 30. Still 45 seconds for Miro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liquid, they've got the setup.
They got 5 heroes here.
I mean, BetBoom, maybe we'll just see them do nothing about it this game.
Yeah.
They're just letting Liquid take these ones.
I think this feels so bad for BetBoom.
And BetBoom just don't care about them.
So this is 4 Tormentors now. Between 2 games, going the way of Liquid. With BetBoom getting 0 Tormentors.
And of course, this time round, the shard pretty nice, right? Especially when you're making these Spirit Breaker plays. They've got the Ink Swirl shard for Insania.
Does more damage, heals him more.
That's Omi. Not going to be able to get the setup onto Nisha. Still, obviously, the farm for Pure. Very, very good.
Yeah. His game's good. It's looking to be pretty much a repeat of the last game.
He's in trouble. Look at this Ink Swirl damage. He's gone. It's turning out to be not too easy of a game to survive as a shaman.
Oh, it's a horrible game to survive.
There's a lot of things after you, and they're after more here, Liquid.
They see Karaomi.
I think just out of vision.
He's out. All right, Mickey has his max level wolves. I think Liquid has every single timing they need possibly in the game.
Boxy.
They don't need a single other thing to fight.
They can set up to take this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Don't think BetBoom's going to look to try and join for this.
No, BetBoom should just delay. I think BKB Pure is the main timing they're looking for.
Middle tower is under attack.
I just don't see their big timings.
I mean, they can get these easy grabs just like this. They've got multiple ways of initiation between Boxy and Nisha, so if you're BetBoom, especially if you want a BetBoom support, you know, you step a foot in the wrong place, you're gonna die.
Yeah, and they don't have initiation. Even last game, I would say they had a bit better initiation casually on BetBoom team, but now all of it is just playing off vision. And
GPK gonna make the jump, but Nisha's there with the RP. They're gonna have the Ink Swirl as well to follow things up. GPK gets locked down and taken out.
They're looking for save too. Don't find him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just a lot of getting caught.
Yeah, and just a lot of plays that Liquid's able to make. Whereas for BetBoom, it does feel like it's kind of already falling into a, well, let's just try and make the best of it and hope that Pure's able to carry with the PA. Because the moves that you could kind of imagine coming out from GPK and Miro, they're kind of hard to find. They're going to be a lot more difficult to execute, as opposed to all these options that Liquid has to just continue just charging at them, running around the map. Nisha looking for these jumps, these pickoff setups. There's a lot of options for Liquid and just not so many for BetBoom.
Yeah, it's definitely just easier for Liquid to play this game. I think overall, one thing I will say, I think Nisha's Magnus has looked really good since the patch. Every
Same.
game, no matter what. Naomi has a curse.
Is there anything they can do to save?
GPK's here.
They've started way push back on Insania. Nisha, RP still on cooldown. Miro is going to be able to run straight for Insania, so this time get themselves the support kill. Can they kill Boxy? They can. Pure turns up. It's a 3-man vacuum and no follow-up. Stabilite's got to run, but GPK and Miro, they're ready to chase him down. This is the team fight that BetBoom were looking for. They find it. The 3 kills, double kill for Miro. Things start to make a turn when they're able to set themselves up in a way where Pure can also be involved.
Yeah. Pure shows up a bit deep from Liquid without all 5 of their heroes ready for the fight. And they get punished. I think that's what BetBoom needs. They need their PA to show up to the fights. He has a BKB now. And again, like we said earlier, Phantom Assassin, sure, she got nerfed a bit. But she's still Phantom Assassin at the end of the day. She's still going to be able to kill you with crits. She's still going to outscale you for the most part. And that's something to be concerned. I think one thing that hasn't changed about Dota over years and years is
Radiant's middle tower
every game with
is
Phantom
under
Assassin's winnable. If you give her like even a rapier in the most dire game, she can kill your team. So Liquid can't really afford mistakes like that to stay ahead in this kind of game. Nisha likes his build. I've started to like his build a lot more too, which is just rushing the Ags. Going Blink, he goes maybe a Glimmer Cape if he needs it for the magic resistance, and then basically like a spellcaster Magnus. I think for the past year or longer, it's always been, if Magnus is a carrier mid, he goes Echo, he goes Harpoon, he goes this right click. But especially with the new facet that it upgrades your Shockwave, I think this utility is really good.
Can they go for Pure? He does have the BKB.
I don't think he dies.
So
it'll be close.
Look at the wall, the drag back, the controls here with the bashes and the charges. It's enough. They lock him down. Not a chance to BKB.
Massive kill.
Yeah, very well executed there. They used exactly as much as they needed to take him out.
It wasn't even that hard. He is still super squishy on the Phantom Assassin, even with this BKB. So.
Equip. Going with the push in the mid. 2 teams now both having the supports with Blink, so got to watch out for those moves. We have Blink Dagger on Insania for the positioning, and of course the more important one on the side of BetBoom, I'd say for Katomi.
Yep.
As he will have the chance to maybe come in with some clutch counterplays with the curse to put a stop when Liquid do try and get in on a target, which of course will happen because Liquid, they do have 4 melee heroes that want to be on top of the enemy. So there will be opportunities if Katomi survives and finds his positioning to make some big things happen with the curses.
I think something also, the panel is talking about like nullifier or ways to dispel. So Wyvern actually dispels through BKB as well when she curses you. Like the primary target of the curse, which is really good this game. Maybe you do it on a surge target, or you do it on a Magnus, remove his Empower, you move Iron Shell. There's a lot of text in curse.
Yep.
But the important thing is it dispels when you ult a guy.
And it's obviously with recursive, it will also dispel the secondary targets when it bounces to them.
Like yeah. Because yeah, it gets recast.
Yeah, it's just a straight up recast, just 50% of the duration.
Oh. That's actually, I think this facet is super good.
It's definitely. What even is the other facet?
I think it's something about your freeze. You can freeze towers or something.
Oh, that's true. You can cast it on buildings, but it doesn't heal the buildings. It's just like a mini fortification, basically.
Yeah, it's basically a 6-second glyph.
And they get a bit of bonus attack damage when they come out of it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you've got to take the recursive every time, I feel like. This is way better. Because it also is the one, right, that increases the damage you do to the curse target.
Yes.
It also makes you do 125% damage, that at least the Wyvern's do, which obviously matters less when it's like a support, but it's still a little bit more. You're still doing some damage. So I feel like out the fastest, this is going to be hard not to take recursive.
The cold embrace one seems so silly. I don't know what use cases are for it. I guess, okay, so your allies also get attack damage when they
come out the cold embrace.
Cold embrace.
Oh, okay. 60% is quite a lot.
60% is a lot of damage.
But I feel like there has to be a very situation in which you want to embrace someone in the middle of a team fight and then know that they're going to come out of that and kill people.
And keep fighting. Yeah,
Because it's like a
usually-
long kind of loading time of like, all right, that guy's just been cold embraced. When he comes out of there, he's going to be a threat, but he's got to wait 6 seconds or whatever it is to come out of it.
You tell your carries to sit in the trees. You freeze your guy, and then he blinks in after.
Yeah, it would be very situational to make that one work. Whereas Recursive, I mean, Recursive has a lot of benefits, especially I believe against like illusion heroes like PL, because you can just throw it in on any of them, and then as soon as the illusion dies, as soon as any of the illusion dies, as long as PL was dragged in, it will redirect to PL over any of the illusions.
Okay.
So against illusion heroes, I believe it's very, very strong as well.
Okay. I guess that also works on creeps too. Yeah. Like you can target a creep and then it'll bounce to the hero next.
Yes. It basically makes it kind of hard to do a bad Winter's Curse. Because it will likely always turn into something that is going to be a useful part of the team fight.
Interesting.
I mean, as long as you catch someone in the area, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
if you just do it on someone
one creep,
then it's got nowhere to bounce to, then yeah, well done you.
All right. I think Tormentor's up in about 30 seconds.
It's coming up soon, yeah. I imagine BetBoom this time around, they're definitely going to be more interested.
Yeah. I don't know. There's kind of smoke to the opposite side of the map. It's actually really interesting to see. So, if you look at the map, Liquid is all... They're set up bot.
They're ready.
They're AFK, waiting for this Tormentor to spawn. And then you look at BetBoom team, and they're smoking, trying to control mid-wave?
Because what does this smoke sort of say to you? They're setting up for someone to farm mid. Because they're thinking Liquid's playing here.
So, okay. To go into like Dota theory, a lot of the time you want to smoke on siege waves because they're the waves you have to push out. They're harder for your creeps to kill. They take a long time. So if you look at a lot of the top level teams, I think we used to watch Spear a lot, and Spear would do this. Most of their smokes were on siege waves. And so I think this is like an old Dota theory, like a last patch, is that the siege wave mid is, they smoke to try to get a kill on it. And the current patch theory is no one cares about anything on the map if Tormentor is spawning soon. Which I actually really like the way Liquid's play because it also ends up being, it works out for them because now BetBoom is just wasting all their time.
I mean, surely BetBoom's going to go over to the Tormentor now.
Yeah, so Liquid didn't instantly kill it.
Well, I think it only just came back up.
Okay, so it just respawned.
Because it was like, when they killed it before, it was like...
I don't think they're valuing it that much, it looks like.
BetBoom's just ignoring it.
They just have a different read.
Okay.
Whether it's, they just haven't gotten used to how important Tormentor is, or...
If they get the Roche, it's understandable, right?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
They
sack
can also
the
be arguing...
Tormentor, they get the Roshan.
Yeah.
Then you can see the game plan. They dropped the wards for this. So this is indeed the trade that they're going to take here, BetBoom. They'll get themselves the Roche.
So Liquid all smoked and gated.
I mean, if Liquid's quick enough to get here, maybe they get her in time?
Pretty close. They're going to miss it, but they might just take the fight right after.
Let's see. There's going to make the jump. The Aegis has been picked up. So there's the curse.
Oh, big curse.
It's going to lock down the Darkseer. Darkseer. Oh, there's the RP. Stabilite survives through the curse. Now maybe Liquid can try and find some kills themselves. MK turns with the silence onto GPK.
Super awkward fight so far.
Pure's very low, but of course does have the Aegis. So they get the shackle. Save. Put to a stop. Pure, he's jumping in, looking to finish off Boxy. Boxy able to get the charge off. Boxy, he's still alive. They jump forward, they're trying to finish it, but again, Boxy, he's able to run away. Pure and GPK finally get him. But they've lost Mirror, they've lost the Shaman.
Shapeshift is out.
Yep. He's gonna get skewered. Kanisha finishing them once he can. Nice blink away as well. Able to safely take the Aegis out of his hands to stay away from the second life. So Liquid, they do lose 3 heroes. They get 2 kills in return, and they do take the Aegis out of Pure's hands. Still, overall, a bit of a net gain there for BetBoom, but could have gone a lot worse for Liquid.
Yeah. And it was a bit unfortunate with the timing of the curse, because he cursed at the same time that GPK's ult.
Yeah, the
so
Sonic
kind
Wave
of reduced all the damage from Sonic Wave.
Yeah.
I think actually they didn't overlap those, and like he was able to save the Sonic Wave for right after the curse. It could have went super bad for Liquid. So a bit fortunate for them, and that was also just super close to it being horrible for BetBoom.
It was
1 second away from Nisha getting like a blink RP, stealing the Aegis in the pit. It's interesting. I actually think the way teams are going to play the map is super cool to see like the theory crafting of all these different teams. Big items. So we have in that last fight, Nisha had his Ags, Saberlight had his Ags, and And then I think that's it for like cool items. Yeah, it's just the 2 eggs. And Miro actually does have a nullifier queued up. So he will have this big timing. The panel is talking about it. He has 2 queued up, in fact. He really wants to dispel the enemy. Yeah. I think it's good. It's a super good nullifier game. It's pretty much mandatory for Spirit Breaker and Darkseer to some extent. I think, like, you see Boxy, he lives that fight for, what, 30 seconds? Just getting attacked, getting stunned constantly, but he's running away with the bulldoze. And killing Boxy matters a lot for just a few things. It's AoE stuns. Like, he's stunning the whole team. He's giving an Inkswell target.
Nisha.
Top lane.
It's going to get him in underneath the tower. BKB
Right.
has to come out from Pure.
And he's charged. So they have full vision of him.
Okay,
Boxy's
RP's
going to
up.
show up.
Definitely try and make something happen with this. BetBoom, can they get away from this? Boxy charging onto 2. Look at the wall drop down. Nisha jumps in. It's going to charge forward. Gets caught by the Hex and the Curse.
He might just be dead.
It's a lot of damage coming in from the Wolf, and it's going to be enough to kill him.
Another
The
curse.
Recursive bounce over to Mickey, but there's no one else around him, so Mickey will be able to continue on fighting. Now look to Miro to get the Soulbind out onto the both of them. Mickey, where does he want to go for next? He's going to try and look for the Wyvern. Son about the Blinks there. Wyvern's back out to
They can't
safety.
fight Pure.
Cleaning them up one by one. Mickey's ult comes to an end. I mean, Liquid now, I think they have to run. Pure, he's going to be able to look towards Boxy. Boxy gets the charge off, but Boxy falls to Pure. Pure, he's ready to move over for more. Sableye goes down. They look for Mickey. Mickey dead as well. The PA, well and truly online. Pure cleaning up.
I think it was they chased a bit too far.
And yeah, Nisha just, he wasn't happy with either of his positions, right, to get the RP off. Kind of hesitated. And initially, on that skewer back on Pure, he did have RP up, so he did have the option to RP underneath his tier 2, but that wouldn't have been good.
I think you don't want to RP the second they BKB instantly. I think here the fight looks super good.
Yep.
His blink is still cooldown for like 3 or 4 seconds. I think realistically here you take the support kills. You take save, you take Kataomi, but he skewers in as well. Probably Mickey not realizing the skewer instantly. It's really hard to make these reads. Like,
Yeah, this was a crazy fight. I mean, Pure obviously plays it perfectly there because when Nisha does move forward to get that 2-man RP, Pure, he blinks out at the same time. So good moves from Pure. Back in action. We'll see Liquid back to looking for the plays. Save. He'll be dead. Trying to push out this wave. Just another death in the day here for Save on the Shaman. Nothing really too much for BetBoom to worry about. It's all part of the plan here. Just making space. Pure, after that fight, finishes this Satanic and is well on the way for his own nullifier.
I think so. Liquid really needs to focus, probably Kataomi. The curses, these last couple of fights have been really, really high impact. Even the Roche fight, you know, you could joke, oh, he messed up his Quap's ultimate. It was still so much control. It's delaying the fights. I think Lycan is these fights are taking so long just because of the kite. You have Phantom Assassin Blink, Quap with a Blink. You have Wyvern, who has a Blink Dagger, and also just like saves with the E. Every single fight, Mickey's losing ult. I think a lot of the time that we've seen Lycan, especially carries in the past, it never feels like his ult's ending. And I definitely am feeling it right now. He's kind of like a transform hero.
Let's see what they can find here. Miro, he's able to find Insania, trying to TP out. Got the detection easily. More glory for Pure.
TPing mid or bot. There's no rush. So BetBoom team completely 0 rush. They can kind of just play the map, do whatever. It's Liquid now that are feeling a bit behind, and they're the ones who want to make a move.
Look at Miro. They want to try and commit for this. They've got the wall down. Sonic went to push Boxy back though. Okay, he's going to try and go for the kill. They've got the RP to lock him down, but the curse is there. It's going to hold him in position for now, but Mickey was able to juke it out. He's looking to get back in. Turns over towards Pure. Pure's been disarmed for now, but can they actually do damage to this PA? I don't think so. Pure is pretty invincible. Mickey's just got to run out of the fight as Pure will try and chase him down. Up to the high ground. Oh, he actually closed the gap again with another jump forward. Pure's going for it. He's into the base. He's going to get punched back by Sableye. The Sonic Wave's there, and Pure is ready to keep on jumping forward. Diving here into the base with the BKB. They'll be a little careful now. They won't get the kills. Liquid's actually able to get the rest of them out of there. But you can just see at this point, BetBoom know that this PA, Pure, hey, he is a massive issue. Like, Liquid, how do they kill this hero now?
there's a Bloodthorn on Mickey, so they have one way to get basically true strikes on him. It's hard.
He's just got so much, and it's the backup, as you mentioned, right? It's the fact that there's this Wyvern constantly ready to shift the tides of the fight if Pure does ever get in trouble.
It's basically going to need to be, I would say, either you get Pure completely alone and you kill him in an RP Bloodthorn, or you have to kite the entire fight super far.
This is going to be a good start.
So Wyvern's dead.
Now they've got to do something with this, surely. 50 seconds, you don't have to worry about that turnaround potential from Kataomi.
I think they just keep diving.
Yep, Nisha, not going to be able to get the skewer back set up. Mira pops the ultimate, GPK pushing them back. The three of them with a beautiful sonic wave. Nisha has to run. The Liquid, they'll charge back in over towards Mira, kill him off. Once the back lines, GPK is able to finish Nisha off. On the cliff for now. Pure's ready to back him up.
There's no
drag
BKB on
back.
GPK.
Mickey's trying to go for GPK, but the shackles is there to lock Mickey down for now. Pure jumps over towards the Lycan. Mickey still trying to finish our GPK. I mean, GPK on this cliff. He's getting away with a lot, but he will indeed finally fall. Liquid able to draw out the fight and indeed make as much as they can happen whilst Kataomi's dead. They get 2 big kills.
It pretty much looks like the fights are, you wait for Mickey to have a Bloodthorn, and then he's going to click it on someone, and that guy's going to die. And then they're going to kite and do absolutely 0 damage for 10 more seconds, and then the next Bloodthorn hits, and then that guy dies. Which honestly, I think is the correct play. That is their best tool to really use to kill these BetBoom heroes. But end of the day, it's all because they killed Kataomi at the very start. And he has a Shadow Blade now. I don't know how often he's really going to let himself get killed.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to find him. Because I guess the thing was before the Shadow Blade, it was like they could do something simple like just get the Wolves scouting the back lines, keep the Wolves on him. But now, yeah, with the Shadow Blade on top of the Blink, Kataomi is going to be even slipperier and much less likely that Liquid find that opportunity to remove him.
I also think so. All BetBoom team have kind of been really on top of canceling Boxy's charge a lot of the game. Earlier we saw GPK even used his ult just to stop the charge. I think Save as well has been pretty good at stopping it. So it's also one of those things he's not going Shadow Blade on Boxy Spirit Breaker. You know, you can't just completely rely on Boxy to initiate on Kataomi. I think it's just unrealistic. And Nisha as well, I don't think he's a BKB yet. He's going BKB now, it's still pretty far, but the Night Stalker Silence is also owning Nisha every time he goes in. I want to say it just feels a bit like they're fighting an uphill battle on the side of Liquid, that they need to do so many things right, because everything we've been talking about is Liquid needs to do this, this, and this to win the fights. And if you look at it from BetBoom perspective, it's just don't die randomly on Pure.
Yeah, because it's kind of turned on its head, right? Because in the early game, it was very much like Liquid, they can do all of these things, and BetBoom can't really do a lot. They just got to kind of make sure they kind of stop the bleeding, let Pure farm, and they're able to do that. And now, yeah, BetBoom's at the point where it's completely turned around in the sense that, yeah, they've got many ways to tackle a fight head on. And Liquid, the options that were so great for them earlier are not quite as effective as this stage of the game.
Yeah, Pure is a monster. He's 6-slotted. He can only get stronger with an Ags, I think. And this is the scary. It's 37 minutes, and you're saying this Phantom Assassin just full slotted. So going into the Roche, Liquid is smoked up. They want to contest again. All the entire fight for Liquid is if you jump the Wyvern, you have a chance of winning the fight.
Someone's got to find Kataomi.
Yeah. He's just so far. They're all so far back. All right, so wall got placed by Saberlight. He thought they were Roshan. Oh no, Mickey.
Mickey
has to pop the ult.
Yeah, he does. Shows himself on the mid wave. That might make things a bit more tricky for Liquid now. I mean, they're going to still try and fight back. Quick charge onto Miro. Pure's ready to jump in and finish off the kills. Makes the move over towards Insania. They're trying to drag him back. Stabilizer attempting to keep Pure off Insania, but Pure's going to continue to push forward, finish off the kill. Insania's there. They use the curse to hold Mickey in position. They're ready to turn for him. Jump forward for Nisha, but the silence is out. Nisha can't get off the RP. They're all dying on Liquid. Boxy goes for the TP out, but the damage is done. Triple kill for Pure. And it just seems at this point, it really is just too tough for Liquid. Yep. They can't fight into this. BetBoom, they're playing it perfectly. And the execution from Liquid, it has to be flawless, but BetBoom, they're finding the flaws.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that kind of went wrong in that fight. So Liquid, they smoke. They think that they're going to get them in the pit, but they don't. And then here, Insane just dies. I think to some extent, just let him die. There's a curse in the backline into a shackle. Nisha tries to go in, get silenced. There's just so many things. I feel like it just feels like the odds are stacked against Liquid right now. And I think Miro's having way more impact than he did last game.
Absolutely, yeah, this time around. Especially at these sort of moments where it's pre-BKB for Nisha.
Yep.
He's trying to get in, make these plays. He can't. Which I guess is about, like, obviously with this game, we're going for the Ether Lens before he has, like, the BKB.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something at this point you might regret?
I think you regret it a bit, yeah. When he went to Aether Lens, they were ahead. And it was all about, oh, we just have to keep getting catches,
Sure.
It's fine. Even in the fights where he would go in and die eventually, like, you know, the one outside that Radiant High Ground, it would be a 4-for-1, and they would still win the fight kiting. So I think probably it felt a bit that he could be greedy and go for this Aether Lens, have better catch, have better skewer, just better everything pretty much. Like, Aether Lens is really good. Now that the fights are a lot closer, they're more about objectives. Not having this BKB, I think, is definitely hurting all of Liquid. They really need Nisha to be able to play these fights normally.
And this is actually something I didn't really think about. I don't know if it works this way, but maybe it does, and then it's really, really cool. But, you know, the who knows how you pronounce this? The Pyrrhic Cloak that we've got on the Queen of Pain. If you put down someone, obviously any damage they're doing to you is getting 60% of it is getting put onto whoever you've targeted with. Is also the damage you do to yourself because of your innate also being, you know, is that adding on top? Is that also being done to that person?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just damage. Does it mean you can, like, Soul Ring?
You put it on someone a Soul Ring. Yeah.
Wait, what about Pudge? Can you put it on someone that just rot yourself?
I mean, that's what I think probably right.
Yeah.
So on these sort of self-harming heroes like the Quap and the Pudge, you know, it's going to give you that little bit extra that's being reflected. You know, it's being tanked up by you and then being applied, 60% of it's being applied to whoever you put the cloak on.
There's also the... Oh, I guess it wouldn't work. I was going to say, there's the Quap facet that makes it so you can actually lifesteal off reflective damage. But it's only magical and pure. Specifically, which kind of sucks.
Top lane. BetBoom. They're going to find Boxy.
He's Pure's not even hitting him.
And now at this point, I mean, they're at the luxury. They can start going for some Tormentors themselves. This will be the first Tormentor this series, right, for BetBoom?
It will be. They only need one to win the game.
3 sharpens for GPK. Always a very nice little bonus to have as the Quap.
Quap short's super good. Randomly, sometimes you'll catch a Magnus with it. You'll cancel blinks as well whenever you go in the fight to chase. Ooh, I'm stressed out for Liquid, to be honest.
I mean, it would go very much in line with what we saw from them in the group swarms, right? It was 1-1 across the board for most of their series.
They have to go to 3 games.
Exactly. Just makes kind of sense if this one goes to a third. Which so far, I mean, what's the definitely there's a chance for Liquid for some crazy high ground hold, 5-man RPs. You know, if that happens, it can happen. But outside of that, beating this PA at this point wasn't really possible last patch, and I don't know how possible it is this patch, if it even is any more possible. The hero got some minor nerfs, but the PA, it's still the PA.
Yep.
And Pure is in prime position to carry this game here for BetBoom.
He's got his Abyssal. I guess Sandra's stacked, right? By multiple? Because he has 2. He has a Sanj in the Abyssal, and he has a Sanj
well, the stats do, but the status resistance doesn't, right?
There is no status in Abyssal. I think that's
oh, yeah, true.
Sorry, it's
only been the upgrades. But yeah, no, all the other stats he's getting do stack. Yeah. Well, I don't know about the health regen and lifesteal amp. The 25%.
Or the slow resistance.
Does that actually work twice?
No, slow resistance doesn't work. Health regen... I don't think it's working either. I can't tell.
No.
But
either way, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because you don't want to get rid of your S&Y. Because the S&Y is still such a good item that you're not going to disassemble it to make the Abyssal. Unless, like, it's a game where you're desperate for that extra bit of gold.
It's just awkward, I want to say. I think you should want to disassemble the S&Y for an Abyssal.
But then you don't have an S
But
and Y.
it's because the only reason you're buying S and Y is for 20% status resistance.
But do you want to give that up?
I guess not.
Against an RP, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that 20%.
It feels strange that it's the only item in the game that gives status resistance. You can't buy any other version of Sanj to do it. You know, even Sanj and Kaya doesn't do it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's I don't know. I would just feel like I would want to disassemble it for an Abyssal.
Because of the min-maxing and you...
Not even min-max. It just feels weird to buy 2 Sanjas. And that they're doing kind of different things.
Tower is under attack.
Because most of the Yasha or Kaya items, you like buy 1. And especially with the fact that they made this on Yasha so you can disassemble it, it's supposed to be kind of this, you know, you mix and match it for the situation of the game. I think the old one with Howard, it made sense too. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking old school.
I'll be interested to see if other PAs will do it, because this is a very common build that at least most PAs are going to have S and Y at one point of the game, and then later on they're probably going to have an Abyssal in their inventory. So I think it might differ between the players on indeed whether some do want to keep the S and Y or if some do want to make the disassemble and use the Sanj component and then switch out that S and Y slot for something else later on. Which we might still see Pure do. You know, eventually that S and Y might go, but probably not before his treads do. And until he has the Ag's Blessing, which he's trying to go for next. Which at the moment looks like he's going to have the luxury and the time to do.
I mean, his BKB is backpacked. I just feel like the item slots. He's just so many. He has too many items. It's hard to talk about what he should do because he can do anything.
Liquid. They did smoke up, but
yeah, I can't find it.
I don't know. I think finding a fight outside of the base seems so hard. You know, maybe you just got all in for the high ground defense if you're Liquid.
Yeah, they have Magnus high ground. It's definitely good.
Yeah, and that's obviously one of the benefits with the Ether Lens now at this point. You know, you can get those really deep skewer backs under the tier 4s.
He's looking mid. What is it's definitely it's still hard for BetBoom team to take a fight on the high ground. I think any fight right now they take outside of pushing high ground, they should win. It should be easier for them to execute. But going high ground is still to a point Liquid favored, I would say. I think BetBoom is just gonna play for Roshan number 3. Yeah, Roshan number 3. So it starts spawning in 20 seconds. Just wait. They're no rush. Their cores can still scale. Queen of Pain still has, you know, Dagon she can buy Refresher, she can buy Wind Waker. Pure. Alright, so Pure has a Rapier key.
Here we go. Feels like he doesn't really need it, but I'm all for it. I'm pretty sure it probably kills everyone anyway, but yeah, let's pop a Rapier on top of that.
Alright, so now he's gonna sell the Sanji Yasha for it, right?
For the Rapier, for sure, right? That's gonna be the item that goes. Well, unless the Battle Fury goes. That 20% status resist.
Think about the farming speed though with the Divine Rapier and Battle Fury.
I mean, for sure, for sure. But at that point, he's gonna be like close to 30. He probably has like his Stifling Dagger talent, you know what I mean? So you already got the multiple unit hitting.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just an SY hater.
Because I think there's a chance it could be either of the two. He either drops the SMY or drops the Battle Fury for the Rapier. I think both would be fine. Either would be fine.
You did finish the Ags. The Ags is... We don't see it that often, but it's super cool. Just to go kill to kill. It basically just refreshes your cooldowns every time you get one. Or every time you get a kill, rather. And so... It basically snowballs fights. Like, the whole point of Ags is you're stronger to win a fight.
GPK, he's in, he's got an amplified damage ring. Look at the damage being pumped out by this Queen of Pain. Nisha doesn't stand a chance. He's dead. GPK's ready to move over for more. Boxy will up for the TP out, nothing to put a stop to it. And Sania also going to go for the TP out, but Miro could put an end to that one. There's quick moves, and now Liquid trying to sweep it along this bottom side of the map. But unfortunately for them, straight into an amplified damage Queen of Pain.
Yeah, they almost caught Saber.
Just some sort of play can set up in the mid. The rest of the team a little too far out.
I think Liquid... I don't think they can take these fights outside their base.
That's what I'm saying. I think they got to kind of go all in on some crazy high ground move.
So you just AFK. Just sit in your fountain.
Just stay on the high ground.
You need zero items. You sit there and you wait till they push.
They need Ags on the Grim,
Tower is under attack.
which is that's a long way away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Refresh is queued up at the moment, but isn't Ags the way for the comebacks?
Yeah. I think it's hard to say. Phantom Assassin. Oh.
Mickey, he's outside of the base.
Far in.
He's dead. And they'll be able to jump in for more. I mean, it really has fallen apart here for Liquid. It's been a very rough second half of the game. Whereas for BetBoom, it's smooth sailing around Pure's PA. It got to the point where they can't stop it, and now they can't stop it. 15, 2, and 10 on the PA.
Still a good hero.
Dire's middle
That certainly is.
We had people at the end of the last patch. Guys, they need to nerf PA. I don't want to have PA in every one of my games. It seems like Valve did. They like Dragon Knight. They like
Dragon
Phantom
Knight's PA. I mean, maybe they got the wrong
they
message.
like the meta.
They saw everybody talking about these heroes. They're like, oh, people must love these heroes. Let's not nerf them too much.
Yeah.
And PA and DK. I mean, this is it's very rare, really, in a big patch, right, where two at the top heroes get away with just like a minor scratch to their power level.
Well, at least Dragon Knight. At least she got scratched.
Sure.
Dragon Knight got a buff.
Well, good news for Pure. Getting his PA, still getting to enjoy it.
Yep.
Massively so. Nearly level 29. I'm sure we are going to see the rapier. I'm sure he's going to sell something up and buy
so?
it. Just for fun. Because, at this point, he feels untouchable. He's like, this game is over. Let's just get the rapier out, get some big deeps.
Okay. I'm just imagining he's randomly gets alone. Okay.
Dude, if there's a rapier throw, though, that would be absolutely disastrous for BetBoom.
Imagine he's alone, gets RP Bloodthorn, and just dies 100 to 0.
There ain't no way.
With the rapier.
Ain't no way.
No way?
This game's unthrowable for a PA.
That's a bold statement.
What? How's this given 18% to Liquid?
Wait, what?
That's
sure it wasn't
big
80% to BetBoom?
No, 18. No, I mean, it's just
18.
the fact they're still
19.
giving 19. That's generous.
Oh, yeah, that's
20%? Would you give a 20% chance for Dire right now?
No, I would say 5 or less.
Well, we'll see.
I was going to say...
Maybe Gaben knows something that we don't.
Yeah, maybe he sees the future. I was going to say about the Ags Grimstroke. It's kind of bad versus Phantom Assassin because she doesn't build MKB. And so right now, she currently has 64% free evasion.
Yep.
Just by being Phantom Assassin. So even if you make this illusion of her, it'll never damage herself because she's going to be missing herself all the time. It really is only going to be used to kill the rest of her team. And so it's kind of the same way as Darkseer. Darkseer is not that good versus Phantom Assassin. Amazing early game. You saw like every single surge charge of the Spirit Breaker in the first like 15 minutes would lead to a kill. Ooh. All right, they forced mirror ult.
But they do, of course, as you mentioned, they do have that Bloodthorn. So if they can find some sort of situation where the PA won't be saved, the Bloodthorn's not going to get taken off them somehow, then all of their problems are answered.
They just have to do the Bloodthorn without her pressing Satanic or BKB. Or getting a curse by Kataomi.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to counter it, which is basically the story of the game, the second half of the game for Liquid. Anything they want to do, BetBoom's had an answer. And yeah, quite a large part of it has been the presence of Kataomi on the Wyvern this game. Also now got the Lincolns, so something else to save himself if he gets found, or something else to save whoever needs saving. A lot of moves Kataomi can do to ensure that all of these fights are smooth sailing for his cause.
He knew to just put it on his Phantom Assassin.
Yep.
I think definitely late game, I like this trend that some people do where for Spirit Breaker specifically, they buy like 3, 4, 5 Lincolns, and it makes it impossible for him to play the game. I would say in this game it matters a bit less because there's, I would say like Nisha's initiation is the big and the scary one, which Lincoln doesn't work on, but... I'm trying to think of what they need to do to defend this, like to come back in this game.
It's got to be the 5-mans. 5-man RP, 5-man vacuum, 5-man charge, 5-man Inkswell.
Okay.
5-man Stroke of Fate.
Yep.
Anything less? It's probably going to be easy game for PA.
5-man Shivas. Do they? Okay, honestly, do they win the fight? They have to win the fight if they do that right.
If they get all the 5-mans,
Everything was
Surely.
5-man. They
If
have
everything's
to have won the
5-man.
5-man. They will fight.
it does feel like there's still a chance that even if everything's 5-man, maybe Pure doesn't die. Unless they can 5-man and indeed get the Bloodthorn down onto Pure, nothing else taking it off. But the problem at the moment is that, of course, there's still the Sages. So, the moment they would, the 5-man wouldn't do
I
it
think they
because the
actually-
PA would respawn and kill all of them.
They would literally use all of their spells,
Yeah.
kill 4 heroes, Pure would respawn, press BKB,
And kill everyone.
and just have fun. Going high ground.
Still 2 minutes left on this Aegis for Pure. Unfortunately, he hasn't gone and bought that Rapier quite yet.
Yeah.
Dire's
Got almost 9,000 gold though.
And we might not get to see it at all if they close up the game beforehand, which it does feel like they're on the verge of.
They got
Liquid,
GPK.
they get the skewer back. Pure, he's in ready to help out.
All right,
There's the
2
RP
RP.
onto the 2 of them. And nothing to follow him. Off to
Okay.
the side, Boxy in trouble. They've got the shackles upon him. They'll drop the Sonic Wave to finish off the Spirit
Skewer
Breaker.
in
He
one.
does have buyback. You see Sableye enter into the fight. Skewer, oh, it's into the fountain. But Pure, he's able to jump out, pop the Satanic, start to heal up. Sableye trying to get back to the fountain.
He's tanky.
He's going to get burst by the Sonic Wave of GPK. The buybacks are there for Liquid. They've still been unable to deal with Pure the once. He has now got that Rapier on its way out to him.
He
And
has
there it is. Rapier online. Pure ready to close up the game in style. He's been caught by the disarm, but now he's ready to hit. Gets the dagger out, jumps down towards the low ground to finish off Nisha. Nisha has buyback available. BetBoom. They did have to use 2 buybacks themselves,
Yep.
but obviously the problematic situation continues for Liquid. They're having to use the bigger buybacks there, one of them being the core. And BetBoom, they're still ready to keep on fighting with this Aegis and with this Rapier. Jump forward. Another disarm does catch on
Big
towards the
vacuum.
PA. They get the curse
Oh,
off.
no.
Onto Sableye, getting beaten
this
down
four-
by his
four
teammates. Is he able to live through it? He's not. There's the recursive.
number 2.
Goes over towards Insania. He's up back in the fountain in time. Boxy, he is not though. Caught outside. Pure, he's looking to dive. Does get clipped by the stun. Nisha, horn toss, skewer back, but Pure, he'll stand his ground, get the crits out, turn towards Insania. This game's over. We're going to a game 3 as GG is called.
All right. And I think really well played by BetBoom. Liquid did get the first Tormentor and lost.
Assassin. I guess the question is, Gutter, do you think BetBoom have got a good approach, a good lineup to play this game out in a way that Liquid couldn't against Pure's PA in that game too?
A bit better. I would say Beast and Quap are better cores versus Phantom Assassin than what was it, like in Mag. But even so, I don't know.
30 seconds.
I feel like it's a bit of the last patch conundrum where Phantom Assassin gets picked every single game and then just wins. At least it's not first phase. Now it's being picked second phase. It's a bit. It feels better than just the first pick PA every single game. I think also the lane should be. I think it's easier. It's gonna be easier for Phantom Assassin in this game. There's no. He's a Warlock in the lane to sustain.
Sure.
Just better sustain than Wyvern. The Shaman doesn't really pressure as hard either as a Spirit Breaker.
Oh, might have chance for first blood here. They've got the shackles. Sableye will be able to get the shield off, but the blood grenade's down. A few more right clicks, another blood grenade. They'll get first blood for Pure.
All right, and then so we do have the the Beastmaster carry, sorry, which I think, like the panel was saying, I think it got buffed, basically just based on the map changes. There's now the creeps behind the tower are a bit different now. I think instead of having 2 camps, you basically only have 1, but it's an ancient camp, which Beastmaster, a carrier who can take it at level 5. It's gonna be really good. We'll see if they'll like accelerate him with that. I'd assume they would. Mickey.
This is a lot
actually
of damage.
No.
Gonna be fine with the stick charges, but still very much put under threat. Same to be said though for Miro, did take a lot of damage himself as well as the Darkseer. I mean, and how is this Darkseer lane into the PA? Where you just feel overall it's just because it is this classic from the last patch PA Warlock duo, the PA doesn't care.
I don't think the PA cares.
Yeah.
There's worlds where Shaman is actually a really good support versus these ranged 5s that don't have a stun.
Okay.
So you think of Enchantress. We used to counterpick Enchantress with Shadow Shaman.
Yep.
Because when Enchantress does the thing where she walks past the wave, you shackle her, and they can't do anything. It's the same with Warlock. If you go on the Phantom Assassin, the Warlock can never cancel, or you go on the Warlock, and the Phantom Assassin can't cancel it. So it's a pretty nice Shadow Shaman lane, but at the same time, I don't think that they really are going to have this damage just bursts through heroes like 100 to 0 between Darkseer and Shadow Shaman. I think this lane is just going to be a farm fest. If people are dying, it should be BetBoom are the ones dying. Mickey looks so strong right now.
He's trying to make the move here. Can he finish off the kill though? It's getting risky.
He gets in there.
He's going to go for it. Mika, can he clean up both? He can, by the looks of it. I mean, there we have it. PA Warlock. It ain't 7.37, it's 7.38, but it's still looking as good as ever. Gunner.
Yeah. So this is now 2 lanes that we've seen. Phantom Assassin versus Darkseer, and the Darkseer died to the Phantom Assassin. So maybe we switch it up, guys. Let's not do the Darkseer versus Phantom Assassin, or just ban the Phantom Assassin. Look, I said it last time. I said it 4 days ago. I said, can we just start banning the PA?
I mean, I think they were doing it yesterday in the drafts, right?
Yeah, they were still banning it.
But today, PA get it through a couple of times, and this time it's not even as the first phase pick. It was coming from a 3rd pick.
Sometimes it's hard. So the meta heroes, drafting is... There's a lot of depth to drafting, and it's really hard to think about drafting in a very simple way. But a common thing is that the meta heroes are really hard to ban 2nd phase. Because usually your 2nd phase ban, you have to ban to protect either what you picked before or what you're going to pick next. And so here's like Phantom Assassin that are just default good. If you don't ban them in this 1st phase, it's so much damage. Every time, the Starstorm is insane.
I mean, yeah, I did think Sableye caught by surprise there. I guess he thought he was fine.
It's a 300 damage nuke at level 3, which is just like an absurd number. That's a level 7 spell usually does 300 damage. And you're getting this at level 3.
How does that compare to some of the other early nukes? I remember, like, if you compared like what Shaman's nuke, what's Shaman's nuke at level 2?
200.
And that was already considered like one of the heavier, especially the level 1, right?
Yep.
Which already the level 1 Starstorm beats out in terms of damage, because 75 times 2, right?
Yep.
So indeed, the Starstorm number's pretty crazy.
All right, there's a fight.
Can I get him this time?
He's dead.
Does Mickey go for the kill?
Yeah, of course you go for the kill.
He doesn't even need to go in for that one, yeah. Yeah, this bottom lane, I don't know what you do. This is going to be quite the rough one for Miro.
Yeah. Phantom Assassin just... I also think the Orb of Corrosion change is really good for her. It's 8 agility now when you buy Orb of Corrosion. So for these agility, they're going to get on save. There's just nothing that BetBoom can do in this lane. Mickey can heal through the Iron Shell damage pretty much fully.
Probably has to play safe here, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you take these trades. Basically, Warlock's mana is Mickey's health. So as long as Insania has a bit of mana, Mickey can keep on trading. In mid, we haven't touched too much on, but I think it's a pretty even lane. Oh, wait, bot.
Bottom.
Saves dead again.
He's got the Hex.
Still an 8 stick on Mickey.
Yeah, they get the kill. Can they kill Miro as well? Mickey's pretty low. Oh, Mickey actually dies.
You didn't press the stick?
Yeah, he did not. Oh, shoot. He had 9 stick charges.
There's a really good timing on the vacuum. So he died during the vacuum stun.
Sure, but I mean, he had time before the vacuum. He was just living on the edges. More on the edge than he needed to be.
Usually, you always try to hold your stick for the very last second to bait. I think it's a habit thing, I would say generally.
Oh, that's quite the big kill to find.
That is a big kill.
That is a big kill, Mickey dying there.
At least he wasn't on the killing spree, so no bonus gold or XP, but still, it gives Miro a lot to kind of come back into the game with.
No, for sure, yeah.
Also, you know, if he levels up, he's going to get more health and mana. I think that one actually is good. The NA for Darkseer, I've noticed in the last game, when Saberlight hit level 3, he got his health and mana back, and he was able to actually cut using his level 3. So when Miro hits 5, he'll also kind of get that ability to just keep farming, keep playing the game, keep being aggressive. I think it's pretty cool. And they're going in him right now. He might have to TP.
Yeah, he probably does.
Yeah, not TP out. TP's the tower.
Yeah, he's got the wave pushing into him as well, so all things said and done after the first few scenarios in which Miro did go down, things are, you know, settling quite nicely for him in that lane despite those early deaths.
Yep, he kind of is fully recovering. Phantom Assassin's game is still super good. Mick is having a great game, but Miro's going to have a game. It was looking to the point where maybe if he died one more time, usually when you hit this 3rd death as an offlaner, that's when the lanes start getting awkward.
And they should have him hit. Oh!
Ooh, he didn't get the lift off.
I was going to say, did he not have telekinesis ready?
He did. He might still get dove.
They're going to certainly want to go for it. They do, and there we go. He saved the telekinesis so they could get save as well.
GPK's TPing.
Let's see what he can do to shut this down. They get the Sonic Wave out to them, and the arrow comes through, clips on a Boxy. So they do dive, get the kill on Mirror, but yeah, BetBoom, they're ready to put an answer into that with GPK turning up and, of course, continuing his performance on the Quap after that last game, Game 2, where he did do spectacular. There was some really, really solid Sonic Waves in that game, too.
I was like the panel, we're actually asking about this. So GPK went for 3 points in Dagger.
He did this time.
Which is, I think, so last game he went 0 for 4 if I'm not mistaken. And this is also, most Quaps are opting to not go for Dagger. This is mostly the laning stage one. But it paid off. He's up almost 1,000 gold on Tanisha. So this skill build is, you know, you're happy with this. If you're up 1,000 gold, it's fine to go the skill build because even though you're going to farm a bit slower now that you don't have your max Scream, you're still going to be at this 1k gold advantage for the next couple minutes.
Anisha.
Full mana.
Not actually going to get Vision of Save quite yet. So hasn't seen his target yet, and he won't see it at all. Save. Just a step away in the darkness so that Anisha doesn't see a chance to jump him, doesn't know he's there.
They've been taking all of GPK's runes. I think they denied his Arcane rune earlier. Boxy steals his shield rune. Not really getting this acceleration that he would want, especially after a free lane. And speaking of acceleration, look at Pure's net worth. He's currently 4.2k. He is stacking the Ancients. It's a triple stack. And he's usually going to farm me. He's level 7.
They're going to try and do something about this, though. They know that with the safe lane Beastmaster, this sort of setup's going to be happening. So Liquid are going to come looking around this Ancient stack to see what's happening. Nisha trying for Kataomi. And the dagger coming out. They'll be able to slow and get him. So and they're able to push Pure away from this section before he's able to clear the Ancients. So the Ancients are still there for now. And they'll take away this tower. So definitely going to set up this area of the map to be a bit more tricky for Pure to feel safe to go and farm these.
Dire's structures are fortified.
The other thing, I don't think Liquid can really do it safely. Nisha can. He would just take so much damage doing it. I don't even think it's worth it for the gold. So it's probably just going to sit there until eventually Pure takes it.
Save.
Saberlight's TPing. There's a gate as well for
Backup's coming in, and instead he does have the rock ready to drop if he wants to. He's caught by the stun, but here comes the rock. Mickey,
so much damage.
He's able to take a kill off Mirror. Indeed, Mickey ends up dying off the back of this. Liquid, they will take the numbers, though. They get both Mirror and they get save. But Mickey does die. Kataomi's thinking about poking back in. Maybe seeing if he can burst someone.
He doesn't die. He'll go down to like 100 health. Oh, GPK's here.
Get themselves another. Kataomi's kind of dying to the golem, though.
Nah, he's fine. He's got Ribbit active. The Polywog Charm is actually super good. All the tier 1 neutrals I think are a lot better. So there's the Mana Draught, which is basically like a clarity to some extent. And then there's the Polywog Charm, which is a Tango. So they're just feel-good items, I want to say. They're better when you're in the river. So I think the Polywog gives you movement speed, and then the Mana Draught has a faster cooldown if you're in the water. So definitely playing into this water vibe of the map.
Come in. GPK is able to get the blink off. Now save. Shackling back Nisha. I mean, Nisha's got a bit of mana if he wants to continue to dive this. They'll take the Shaman down. It does give the space and time for GPK and Kataomi to survive. GPK now with the Dagon online. A close early game. 10 minutes Sims. Sure, Pure. Still very much at the top after being able to clear that Ancient stack. It's going to be quick timings from him, but and Mickey also likely to have a good time on the Battle Fury pickup.
Yep. I mean, Mickey's game is going to accelerate. Pretty much the same way we saw Pure accelerate last game. I think Mickey will kind of have a similar timeline.
Oh!
Ooh, the Ravage!
Is that going to help him get the kill? Yeah, he has to use the Roar to run. Because of that little Ravage allowing Saberlight to close in and get another touch in onto him with the slow. That's Roar down the drain.
The Boglet. Alright, I don't know. I like the creeps. The little new jungle camps. They're so cute. And they're good.
No, they've got some cool spells.
Yeah.
They're not too annoying to farm either.
No.
But they also have hype stuff, like these little stuns that they can trip
Yeah.
people up with when there's a little bit of a fight going on nearby.
I don't know what triggers the little ravage. If it's
Yeah, I
just
don't
like
know
2
either.
units, but it feels like it triggers way more than the other neutral creep abilities. Usually it's like the Wildering Ripper, which is like the Hurricane, right? The push. I think it needs 3 targets close to it. And I feel like I barely see that one. That one's always just randomly get tornadoed and you don't really notice it. And the Centaur Stomp one doesn't happen either.
Safe. Try for the setup. They get the opening, they get the arrow to follow, but Insania's going to drop the
shield.
column. Look at this damage coming up
The
from Liquid.
bonds.
My goodness. They're all just dead on BetBoom. Double kill for Nisha. They get the 3rd pickup as well. As Stabilite finishes off Miro, they just got destroyed.
That was so much damage. That's just for the Fatal Bonds. A really good rock too from Insania. I think he's
Now check
also
this out again. They just disappeared.
This rock, Fatal Bonds.
Yep. And then I think
All dead.
Boxy turned around, got a Fade Bolt out that also did a crazy amount with some of the damage. I think he ended up doing just as much damage as the Warlock.
Yep.
So kind of the 2 supports there just pressed their spells, and BetBoom disappeared.
All right. That is a bit rough. Again, these early game fights, it's a very thin line for Phantom Assassin, because not only if you let her farm, taking the fights away from her, she's gonna get Battle Fury and carry, but also if you take the fights near her tower, she can TP and just win the fight, which is why I think Phantom Assassin feels so strong, because she can kind of do everything. In this game, Mickey's just getting space from his team, farming. Obviously on the other side, Pure is farming. He just finished his Ags, I believe, and we'll see what they want to do with this. We got to talk about Tormentor. That's going to start in a minute.
Bottom safe. Try to get the jump in. In fact, Mickey's just going to jump straight for him. Turns, chases Save down. Arrow. Oh, it's going to get dodged as well. Mickey able to jump forward to get on top of Miro. Went further dive beyond the tier 1 tower. Also, it would be very good, as you say, for them to take over this tier 1 in aid of setting up for the Tormentor timing.
Yeah, if they can get this tower, it means that BetBoom have a harder time contesting this Tormentor in a minute. Again, they got to protect their safe lane tier 1 as well for now. So right now, Tormentor's Radiant favored. Is it going to be the third game Tormentor in a row, 6th in the series that Liquid gets? If they actually are able to get it. I don't know. I don't think BetBoom has shown that they really want to fight these Tormentors, so I don't think they will.
I just wonder if they'll show more interest in it this time, because they're not the team with the carry PA, right? They've got kind of a carry that wants to be a bit more involved earlier. Because we saw actually last game the struggles of Liquid being able to keep up with a carry Lycan against the PA. Now, how does a carry Beast keep up with the PA? How does that sort of play out as the time passes?
Gold-wise, Pure's going to fall behind a bit, maybe in the next 5 minutes or so.
Bottom. Going to get the catch onto Miro. Nisha wants to chase for a bit, but Miro's got a lot of backup coming in. He's got the Hex. He's going to focus the Warlock. Burst through him with Sonic Wave, but instead he's still alive. He's actually able to turn, get the Golem out. Nisha, a bit low on the mana, so has to be careful, but this is giving time for Mickey to turn up to the fight. Pure is going to use the roll onto Saberlight. They'll zip forward. Saberlight will fall. Mickey's taking a lot of damage from the axes, and he'll die as well. This is the fight that BetBoom were hoping for, as Pure turns out, gets involved, and BetBoom will clean up 4 and only lose 1.
That was a really good fight, especially with how it started. I think Miro lived for a super long time with the Halberd.
And this is huge now, because they can take this tower, and they can go for that Tormentor if they want.
Look, they're just walking there. They're not even going for the tower.
This is, I think, as I say, what you would kind of want to see from them when they are running something like this Beastmaster carry. Now, that was like textbook perfect. 15 minutes, Pure turns up with his farm, with Saganims, helps clean up the team fight, clean up the tower, clean up the Tormentor. This is BetBoom playing with a new style, and Katomi nearly dying.
I think it was 18 health.
Yeah, that was close. He's out of there.
And Save gets the shard. So this one, it got changed last patch. It's basically the old facet where you got like the chickens, like the 4 chickens when you press your W. And I think it's buffed. So if Shadow Shaman uses it on himself, he can use items while in chicken form, which is actually really cool. I don't know how good it is, but maybe you like, because you also go invincible for 1.5 seconds. At least from damage. So maybe you can do some like cool blink plays. Like you use on yourself and then you blink out.
Maybe. We'll see.
Or it's gonna do nothing. I don't know. I don't know.
Stupendous.
Liquid. Even though they may have lost the fight, lost the Tormentor to BetBoom, Mickey still on track for good timing. We'll see his build. He does want to go with the Glimmer build.
Yeah, I don't. I see the logic of skipping BKB. Beastmaster Roar goes through BKB.
Sure.
Quap ult goes through BKB. But at the same time, part of me just likes having a BKB for Shadow Shaman, even the other random casual damage from Darkseer, Iron Shell, maybe an arrow.
I guess he just trusts in Saberlight to be able to bail him out with the shields, right?
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? He's like, sure, the kind of the one combo they can get me with, Saberlight will save me.
Yeah, I can totally see that. If the idea is just...
Anisha won't get any saving there. BetBoom find him alone, walking up the river.
They're too close. They can get dove.
Boxy.
Tower is under attack.
We get caught by the dagger. Yeah, he's very dead. Pure just drops the roar down. Sonic Wave as well. They wanted that Rubik gone. And they get the control as well on towards Insania. Very casual kills just being picked up there by BetBoom. As they're just able to walk Liquid down.
Yeah, 5k net worth lead. The cores are both extremely strong between GPK and Pure. He's Blink now on the Beastmaster. They can Roche. This is a free Roche.
They can. They've got a good lineup for it. And then a great spot to do so. In they go. Drop down the Serpent Wards.
I like BetBoom's facing this game a lot more than their last two games. I know last game they won, but it felt a bit of the Templar Assassin or the Phantom Assassin 1v5ing.
Saberlight. He's trying to start something here, but already Roshan's been taken. Pure's been able to pick up the Aegis. Liquid, can they really fight into this? They're going to zip forward aggressively on Nisha.
A lot of mana he's using on Nisha.
Yeah, going up into the high ground is not going to be an option. Liquid have to hold back. Not able to punish BetBoom at all there for taking the Roshan, getting the Aegis on Pure.
I just think BetBoom's playing a lot faster than they were. Even in the first game, it felt a lot of... Pure was just farming, AFK farming the Templar Assassin, and I don't think anyone's really connecting. I think they're doing a lot better at connecting fights, even fighting the Tormentor, fighting Roche, and you know what? Maybe it's Pure that he's playing more of an active carry rather than the hard farming carries. But I just think all of BetBoom is playing really well around each other in their
They are.
timings.
And these next fights are going to be very difficult for Liquid because there's this pipe now online for Miro, and you look at the damage output from Liquid. A lot of it's magical, right?
Yes.
The one that's going to kind of turn the tides is going to be Mickey turning up, but we're still at a point. You know, he just had the Battle Fury and the Glimmer. He's not doing a lot of damage. Now we talk about PA being able to do a lot with a little. You still need a little more than this, right? You need at least the S and Y, and then maybe you're turning up and being able to put a good effort in cleaning up. But the subsequent fights, I feel like at this point, Liquid, they're probably going to want to dodge quite a lot that BetBoom tries to bring to them and just hope that Mickey can catch up and farm.
Yeah, I think, again, every game is winnable with Phantom Assassin. You just give her enough space, she's going to farm, and she'll be fine. But Pure, you know, Beastmaster, he farms really fast too. It's not that he's going to fall off or have low impact soon.
And he's got the solid stuff. Aghanim's BKB Blink, it's all there 20 minutes in for Pure.
I think basically if BetBoom just choose to keep walking at the enemy, just taking over space, getting random kills here or there, I think it might just get really awkward for Liquid really fast, even more so than it is now. The biggest threat, I guess, to the BetBoom destruction is probably Saberlight, getting random saves with shield if he protects from the roar. That's really what Liquid need to win.
Dire are scanning.
Boxy dodges the gank.
BetBoom continue to stay objective focused. They'll look to take over the Shrine of Wisdom.
Yep. And their own looks completely protected. So should be 2 Wisdom runes for BetBoom. Just more advantage. It feels now a bit of just constantly getting a little advantage,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Trying to see if there's any major timings.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Not really.
Radiant's middle tower
I would say
is
I don't think Liquid has any power spikes in terms of items.
No, yeah, not for a while, I felt.
Yeah, the power specs are just taking good fights. Maybe you find the Mirana, you find the Quap. The Quap could have went down in the last fight, I think, if Mickey was a bit closer.
Yeah. He's just going to try and start off the action. Jumps in with the Raw onto Saberlight. The Hex to follow up as well.
I'm going to force his ult out.
And Liquid are considering if they can do anything to help him. And there's Nisha. And with the jump forward,
Big
looks
rock.
to try and focus down the Mirana first. They'll get him, but Pure pots the BKB. He's ready to stand toe-to-toe with Mickey. They get the Hex on him. Mickey shields there from Saberlight to get Mickey out, and then Mickey's able to jump away. But Saberlight's dead. Pure, he'll stay on top of Boxy. Nisha's trying to play around with GPK, but GPK is pretty tanky. GPK was even considering jumping back in on this. Pure, he's going to continue to chase down Boxy. Yeah, Nisha can't finish off these kills. He's not got enough mana. Surely he's going to try again to zip forward, but GPK's got the kill. The shackle from Save's there, locking Nisha down. Can Nisha even finish off the Save kill? No, Nisha has to TP out. Save will survive. But again, it's just Liquid having to scramble out of the team fight. They lose 3. They only get the 1. They only get that Mirana.
Yep. It was also super close to getting the chicken fingers off on Save. And that would have been really bad if Nisha went down. So thankfully, Nisha actually lives. But a bit of a strange initiation, I would say, from Pure, just going in on the ABBA. I think he recognized that the shield on the Roar is really annoying.
GPK really getting into it there.
I think
doing some IRL Sonic waving there from his mouth. The screams coming out.
I think that was when Nisha went in.
Yeah.
And he was just laughing when he got the shackle off. Because that was kind of crazy. Nisha just committing back in.
Oh yeah, it was already a bad fight for Liquid. And if they'd lost Nisha on top of that as well, that would have been pretty dreadful.
It's already 7k gold lead.
Yep. BetBoom taking over, and this game, at least what we're going to get here, we're going to get a nice solid test for the PA, right? Is the PA still of the level of a hero that it can turn a game like this one?
It 100% is. It just depends
you believe there's a chance?
Oh, of course.
Yep.
See, now his build is awkward for me. Is that he's going back for a BKB now? So he went Glimmer Cape, and now he's going for BKB?
That does, yeah, having to go, if you go Glimmer and then you still need to buy a BKB, that's got to feel bad.
It's the same thing to some extent where when people would buy Mage Slayer and then buy BKB right after.
Sure.
You're kind of doubling down on these items that do the same thing.
Because that effectively, sure, his net worth, look at Mickey's net worth at the moment, it's 14k. It's not bad. Obviously, Pure is dwarfing it still with the 16.5 that he's on. But then if you're going Glimmer in the BKB, you're effectively a couple of thousand that net worth is kind of not as useful.
I would like him to go Lincoln's, I think.
Oh, rather than the BKB. There's still a chance he switches up because, Mickey's not committed for a component of the BKB yet. So potentially we'll still be considering
I like
options.
Lincoln's versus Beastmaster. You can either protect Rowan yourself or someone else. Even the Shadow Shaman. Just like blocking a Hex, blocking an E. The other spells are what? Quap Q and a shot, Ether Shock, but those aren't really easy spells to get hit on as a Phantom Assassin. Scary game.
It is. Can Mickey and the PA do it?
Radiant are scanning.
It's going to be a much tougher one for him to carry as it was for Pure on his PA in game 2.
He's almost at, I think, his Shiva's on Pure. That is... Ooh, that's a timing. Shiva's probably my favorite item. I feel like I always win when I buy Shiva's.
Now Boxley tries with the TP out, save, even dropping the Serpent Ward. Making sure that not a chance for Boxley to live.
What is the timing?
I mean, it's got to be Mickey's next item.
Yeah.
There's no way they can turn up to a fight before that.
I think they just need to take a good fight.
Pure. He just jumps in and finds
like
Mickey. Mickey's going to get some help here. Now, there's going to be zip forward from Nisha. Pure pops the BKB.
Might be pretty deep.
Golem's going to get dropped on him. Mirror's heading over to help out. Vacuuming onto the 3 of them as well as the wall. Pure, he's able to run away from this. He's going to get bailed out of this. They'll wait out the borrowed time on Saberlight.
He's still alive.
I mean, they're considering going back in because GPK's now turned up. Saberlight, can he get out of this? He put the blade mail. GPK's ready to turn him. Insania, the Sonic Wave kills Insania off before he's able to TP out. Now Pure jumps back in on the Saberlight.
No.
They get the kills. Nisha, he's trying to finish off the kill on Pure. Will be able to kill him off. But can Nisha and Mickey clean this up? The Hex is in onto Mickey. Nisha's going to go for the TP out, but now Mickey, he's left behind. He'll pop his Glimmer, try to run, but the dust is there. He'll look towards save. But at this point, he just doesn't have the damage. Mickey's dead. Triple kill
Boxy.
for GPK. Boxy to fall as well. It's not looking good for them, Gunner.
It's not. They all just kept going in one by one at the end just to get Pure down. And that wasn't a dieback for Boxy. He just died at the very start, at the very end.
I mean, these initiations from Pure, sure he dies this time, but they're absolutely working. He just goes in, goes for the Raw, trusting his team to turn up, and they're just taking the team fights off the back of his kind of big, bold initiations. They're working out beautifully, and this one at the end, he works out even better. Pure, he absolutely doesn't mind dying here. His death has baited in both Nisha and Mickey. Sure, they don't get Nisha, but they kill Mickey, and Mickey, he's the one at the moment that matters the most for Liquid. If Mickey, his game continues to get crushed, Liquid are going to stand very little chance of turning this around. They need their PA to pop off.
How do you pop off, though? It's... he has no BKB. He's not going to be getting Satanic soon either. I think he's just starting to fall a bit more and more behind. The team fights are hard. Definitely really hard. All right. Let's think positive. Think positive thoughts. So
They've got to get some sort of wombo combo. I feel like Ags on Storm would be pretty big. Nisha wants to go for the Plasma into Lincoln's first, which is understandable for survivability and for damage, I guess.
It's a lot of damage.
Because we're seeing in these fights because of Pure, he's going to find himself an easy pick-off. Now, Pure's just able to get so much done out of all of his aggressive plays. 6-1 and 7. An absolute terror on the map for any of the members of Liquid.
Carry Beastmaster.
Yeah, he's playing it very well, and I think we're going to see more carries try and perfect this, in part because of the Ancient position by their lane. When you run it in the safe lane, it feels really good.
There's a lot of good things about it. So you have the Ancients by the safe lane, you have the ability to do Tormentor. Like you want to do Tormentor, your hero like this. So look at this Tormentor, 12k gold, it's going to go what, to 15k? 14k. They're barely at, but still. 14k gold lead.
Yep.
They have new shard for Kaiomi, they're all really strong, they get to Tormentor. It just is so much of a reward for killing Tormentor.
Oh, and save. He finds the opening.
He has no roar, but doesn't need it.
A save. He's been getting away with a lot of great catches this game. Not only the ones where he's jumping and making the initiation, ones where they've been trying to go on him and he still gets the chance to press his buttons, turn things around. And another one. The kills continue to roll in here for BetBoom.
Save is cooking. He's kind of catching everywhere. He's just getting kills for his team back to back. 2, 6, and 16. He's been in 18 of their kills.
Now they're going to get the Roshan. Objectives continue to fall into the hands of BetBoom.
There's nothing Liquid can do. It's too fast.
He's just on Pure. Was already looking pretty unkillable. And underneath the tier 2, I mean, GPK and Safe, they've found Mickey. They've got the shackles.
He shouldn't be in danger on Mickey.
Yeah, they're going to look to try and turn GPK. Oh, that's a big harpoon there, dragging him back. GPK still will be able to push them back with the Sonic Wave and still manage to blink away. They still don't have the damage to even really get that close to threatening GPK. He can survive for everything they throw at him.
I wonder if he was dead to old Abba. He hasn't had a silence in a while, right? It's been like a year.
Yeah, it probably has been a while. It's hard to keep track of time in the progress of Dota2.
Yeah.
You know, it's like next thing you know, what was that reminder the other day that the talent tree got added like 8 years ago?
Oh.
It's pretty crazy, right?
Don't
8
say
years!
That. Don't say that.
8 years!
Oh.
Maybe, well, more than 8 years now, maybe.
It's TN9, right? 2019? What OG?
No, I think it was the Boston Major.
No.
Was it? I think Boston Major was when talent tree got added. Was it not? What year was that?
Oh, yeah. It was.
It was Boston Major, right? That kind of era.
It was the
So that was
after, right, when 7.00 came out.
Yeah. A long time ago.
I'm so
time
old.
passes. It's
so
impossible.
old, guys.
You know, you can ask any players like, when did this patch happen? How long has this been in the
It
game?
was like a year ago.
It's all a blur. It's all just Dota.
You made me. I actually feel so old. I didn't think about the Boston Major.
Were you at the Boston Major?
I was at the Boston Major. I have a picture with you.
You do?
Yeah, I was a fan. I was like.
Wait, you weren't even on a team?
No, I was like 5K MMR.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
You were 5K MMR back then?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I got a picture
Actually crazy.
with you. We're doing like Evoker hands.
No, yeah. Dude, you got to find that picture.
Yeah,
We got to get that on the stream. Did you get a picture with other talent as well? Other players or?
Yeah, because there was the whole meet and greet like downstairs.
Yeah.
Remember? I got one with like evil geniuses. Like, I got complexity.
Oh yeah,
Picture.
yeah.
Some class. It was an NA fan.
And that was a good tournament for complexity, right?
Yeah.
They went pretty deep.
Yeah,
Dire's
they did.
bottom tower is
I had with
under
Wings
attack.
too. Wings was at that tournament.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That was a fun one.
That was a good
As
tournament.
fan. Yeah, I had a lot of fun there.
Yeah, but yeah, 8 years ago.
Say it ain't so.
Well, you got a lot of MMR in those 8 years.
I did.
1,000
I
a
did.
year, right? You're about 13k.
Yep.
There you go. Well, anyway. BetBoom. What are they going to do now? They could do anything they want. It feels 19k lead. They've got the Sages ready to push with. The test is going to be there for Liquid, but this game definitely much feels in a state that Liquid will, if Liquid lose a team fight, the game's probably over. The series is over. So high pressure now on Liquid to perform.
It's tough. Basically, Pure, whichever hero he selects, will die to Roar. Okay, so Saberlight's still safe. There's still the shield to save.
Sure.
But he has 2 Roars now, and not only...
And he's in.
Or he goes on Saberlight.
Yep, they just get the
Hex
opening.
breaks?
He's able to get the borrowed time off.
That was close.
Look at the Serpent was down in the bottom lane. Pure, he can move over to the mid, keep the pressure onto this tier 3 here. And of course, he's going to be ready to jump again if he sees the need to. With the refresher, if he wants to make a cute little aggressive play.
You can just siege.
And what do Liquid do? Get the drag back here.
Ooh.
Beautiful set from
Saberlight has
Miro.
no ult.
Sonic Wave as well. Pure's ready to jump forward. They're going to find Stabilite. Stabilite's gone. Has buyback available. Mickey's going to turn towards Pure. Pure's able to get the roar off, but the Aegis is gone. They kill off Pure the once. Jump forward for
This is a
Nisha. They're
little
looking
deep.
towards Miro. Mickey goes over to the Darkseer. They get the Darkseer kill. Now they're looking for Pure. Do they have the
Mickey's
damage to bring
untouched.
Pure down? Pure with the second BKB gets out to the side. The stun
GPK.
catches onto Mickey. Mickey, he's getting solo. They've got him. They kill off Mickey. GP can't save. It looks like they're ready to clean up the fight. The Hex is
GPK
there
back.
under Boxy. Buybacks are coming out. But it shouldn't matter. There's Boxy's gone. GPK survives, and now he's ready to go into the tier 4s as well.
Is under attack.
It's only the poor old Warlock, and now Boxy, the 2 supports here, trying to hold BetBoom back.
It's a big ask.
Radiant's
Well, they'll
middle
play it
tower
safe,
is under
BetBoom.
attack.
I mean, they're happy to do so. They know how much they've just forced out of Liquid. It cost 3 buybacks to try and push
I
them
don't know
back.
if they're playing it safe
Okay, they're
here.
going back in. The aggression continues here from
GPK has ulted
BetBoom.
3.
The detection's down. That's going to be a dieback on Boxy. Sonic Wave on Instania.
Boxy.
They're both out the
Yep.
game for good. Boxy's living a little longer than initially
Almost defeated.
anticipated, but now he's dead. Double kill for GPK. Tier 3's gone. That was Liquid's attempt to try and keep the game alive. They don't succeed. BetBoom continue to take whatever they want from Liquid.
And it was also deep. It wasn't a clean fight from BetBoom. I think Pure went a little too far in.
Radiant's middle tower.
GPK. He's
having
loving
a
it.
good time.
I mean, he's popped off 2 games back to back now on his Queen of Pain. He really has. It's been a fantastic show from him. Sonic Waves, the initiations, the positioning. It hasn't been punished. 17-1-9. GPK pushing this hero to its limits.
Making it look good. I don't think this hero's
Yep.
even changed that much, I want to say. They buffed the Q slightly. So it does like 20 more damage every level, which probably helps the fact that he maxed it. Just, 20 more damage for free. I think that's it. They changed the whole reflect thing.
Sure.
But it doesn't really matter. Still, making it look good. Making it look better than it probably should be.
And BetBoom showing us that the PA can definitely be beaten,
Yeah.
at least for now. So there's still a little chance, maybe, if
Of course. Yep.
probably requires Mickey to somehow find like the Satanic and then a Rapier. And that's a lot of money.
I think you just skip the Satanic. You just go Rapier.
Get that Rapier.
Yeah.
They need the damage somehow, because in these fights, they're managing to kill like one hero. They're all going out on Pure. But at this point, that's not going to be enough to turn a team fight.
All right, he's going Satanic, unfortunately. How would you commit to the Rapier? I would tell my team, guys, I have 6 deaths right now. Their throne's going to die with me having 6 deaths, or we're going to lose with me having 7. I genuinely think that the Satanic's not really going to change much. You kind of need something crazy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, Pure won it last game. He won.
He did. He did.
Maybe the situation was a bit different. They were
Sure, they were kind of winning
They
already.
were kind of winning. They were
Yeah.
kind of throning when he bought the Rapier. It was a bit for fun. It's the mentality. You get this Rapier, You're the king of the game.
Yep. He's in. Mick has to put the BKB straight away. They turn to get the stun connection onto Pure. Do they have any sort of damage to threaten Pure? They don't.
That's
Pure's able to
Mick's
just walk
BKB.
away. I mean, Pure could be ready to go again. GPK in with the dagger.
All right, now the fight is hard. There's no Mick BKB. So he can't really enter ever if Save is just sitting there waiting with him for a Hex or a stun.
Unless Saberlight can come out with some super clutch saves.
Yeah, it's one though, right? You have
It is
one
just
every
the
8
one,
seconds, so you have to time it between just saving a roar, or do you save from the Hex, or do you save from the Shackle?
And Serpent Walls are down. They're just going to go straight for him. They kill him off. He's out for good. They get the vacuum set up there onto the back. There's onto the three of them. It is over. Triple kill for GPK. Ultra kill for GPK.
All right, Nisha, help him or
He wants the rampage. Give him the rampage.
Hex him. Save.
Let's have a look.
Save.
Nisha's trying to do his best to stop
Save.
GPK from getting the rampage, but the BKB is popped. Nisha's trying to survive. Dive. Oh, come on, you got to dive. I guess at this point the rampage isn't on the table.
How mad is GPK right now?
Yeah, he really wanted that
The
rampage.
fact that Nisha's like baiting him, showing
Yeah, it
him.
was.
A little frustrated.
No, Liquid. Maybe they have one more fight in them. 20 seconds until some of them are back up, but 50 seconds without Mickey. Nisha just trying to catch some creeps or something. He's not actually able to catch them that time. They're losing the tier 4s. As BetBoom, they're ready to just very relaxedly close this one up. And there's the Hex. Save, there we go. That's the fountain dive we're looking for. He just goes straight in, get the Hex. Buyback comes out for Nisha. Okay. They've got the catch on a save. They might even get some more as they get Pure. GPK pushing them back with a Sonic Wave. But all right, Liquid, they'll keep the game alive. Jump forward as well for Nisha. He's able to find Kataomi. Taking a lot of damage from the Starstorm still. They get the Hex, the Shackles, the drag back on Miro. 4-man vacuum jump forward from GPK. They're falling pretty low on Liquid. There's the Shackles again. Boxy locking down the Quap. Nisha able to TP out. GPK, can he get away? Shackles onto Miro. TPing back into the game. Mickey looking for Miro. I think they're going to get him. Miro also to die. Okay, kids, this is why you don't fountain dive and you don't listen to me. Yeah. Because this game's not over. And it probably could have been.
It's not.
The game continues. Liquid, they hold.
That's a satanic for Mickey. All right. How fast is he queuing up with his rapier?
It's got to be rapier.
It has to be.
Yep,
There
we go. There we go. Okay.
Right.
If they turn this game... I mean, it was only a little bit of fountain diving as well. It wasn't even an egregious sort of...
It was a little bit of fun.
Yeah, you know, just a little bit. But the game goes on.
Okay.
Liquid get to live another day.
Do you know how many pubs and games I've just seen of Phantom Assassin that it just... If you throw versus it, you get yelled at because stuff like this will happen?
But who's yelling at who?
I don't know.
Whose fault is this? Save was the one that went deep.
Save?
But he's the support,
Yeah, all
right?
just yelling at each
In these
other.
high tense situations, you can't be mad at the supports. And Nisha,
at
all
Nisha.
smiles here. He's like, all right, boys. This game's back on the table, baby.
It's actually such a good feeling when... So you usually try to not call GG because you're always like playing for the 1%. And when the enemy actually gives you the 1% and...
Look at it. It was, yeah, I mean, it says 2%. Well, that's basically 1%.
Yeah.
It literally got
when
there.
the enemy gives you the 2%
Yep.
and it actually happens,
Yep.
it's a funny feeling because it's... Sure, Liquid played the fight good. They did everything they were supposed to.
And they did.
But if BetBoom hit the throne, nothing that Liquid did would have mattered. The game was over. Realistically.
It was. And we saw some smiles early from Bet, but it's serious expressions now. It's you got to lock back in.
Yeah.
You got to lock back in now if you're BetBoom.
Losing this kind of game, especially in this format where, you know, 4 teams are getting eliminated.
Yep.
It's not for seeding.
No, absolutely.
It's purely, well, there is some seeding, but you just don't want to get eliminated. Every one of these best of 3s matters so much. Look, BetBoom's just going to hold hands. They're actually just going to walk around the map as 5. They're going to be like, guys, we need 0 gold. Just don't get caught out.
Yep.
Don't give them any small advantages.
Because if Mickey gets the rapier,
It's scary.
then that's when it's dire.
scary.
You're feeling pretty bad.
Yep.
You're like, guys, we did this.
It's the consequences of my own actions,
Yep.
guys. Help. So he has the Glimmer Cape to sell. So that's what? A bonus like 1,000 gold? So he only is 2,000 gold away from Rapier. Yeah, just about.
He might just be able to get it online for this defense.
Wow.
Maybe not this defense.
Not this defense.
probably have to be the next one. But again, it depends how hard BetBoom want to push this.
Yeah, there is Nisha Ags now with a refresher. So there's a lot of kind of turnaround. Obviously, okay, so for the record, they're still down 30,000 gold. It's,
GPK.
okay, Nisha's alive.
Gonna try and stop the Sonic Wave. They get the vacuum, but only onto Boxy. Jump fall from Pure. He's gonna go for Stabilize, but the borrowed time is popped. They
This
turn
isn't
back
that
towards him.
good
They
for
get the golem
BetBoom.
drop down on him. Pure had to try and bounce away with the Ogre Steel Totem. They've managed to kill off both of the supports. Can Liquid's cause clean up? Mickey, he's falling
they
low.
have too
Pops the
much.
BKB, but the Aegis, it's gone. Pure, he'll able to finally jump over towards Nisha. Nisha's out. As Liquid, they tried to take a little bit of a fight outside the base, but BetBoom shut it down, and they'll get the GG. They just made it a little bit exciting with that bit of fountain diving, but at the end of the day, it can be smiles back on the faces of BetBoom as they take this series.
They look for like one second.